Ladies and gentlemen, this is your AEW Dynamite live Wednesday night review for May 19th, 2021. Here on the Joe Cronin Show, I'm Joe Cronin. We got Jake DeMarco coming in the building tonight. We got a whole lot of sexy going on. We got Moxley and Eddie Kingston taking the shoes and socks of the Young Bucks. And yes, of course, rest in peace to Paul Mooney, a comedian that I always had a blast listening to, and really sad to hear about Paul Mooney's passing. It's the AEW Dynamite review, though. As we get ready to get wet, hit that like button down below. Share this video everywhere you can. Tag it. Throw it everywhere. Go nuts. And we're going to talk about AEW tonight. There's a good amount to talk about. I had a pretty good time. And I can tell by the look on Jake DeMarco's face that he has a gigantic erection.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
I'm coming for you.
Queefy sons of bitches.
Alrighty. We're pretty hyped up here tonight. I had a blast with a lot of this show tonight. Man, it sort of, kind of erased the nasty, naughty, and disgusting taste of Monday Night Raw. I don't know if it could fully do that, but it sort of did it a little bit, and I'm happy about the fact that it did a little bit for me. The last 25 minutes or so, I don't know, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And Kenny Omega, oh my God, dude, there's some funny moments in this show tonight that just absolutely fucking annihilated me. What's up, Jakey? Fresh from the hospital again.
What's going on?
How was the hospital trip this time?
Oh, lovely. I got home late last night and stabbed a bunch of times, and all for naught, But hey, at least I didn't have to deal with Raw, so I think I had the better end of the deal.
Yeah, I mean, either way,
I think that's really what it comes down to.
I guess it would have been kind of a waste, no matter what.
God, Raw was so awful, and they just keep losing viewers, but never enough. Tonight was a really good episode from start to finish. A lot of action, a lot of build-up. I mean, they made sure to fit as much as they could in. This was a very fast, action-packed, heavy-filled show. So they really built heavily towards their pay-per-view, and I couldn't be happier for that. I mean, they are dead set focused on Double or Nothing, and that's all there is to it. That was awesome. I'm so glad that they're building towards everything. Everything pretty much had a purpose or made sense. A couple of things that I can, have a small gripe with, of course, because I'm me, but all in all, the stories line up and things are going pretty well. So they even stole their socks.
I mean, that was probably the best thing that happened in the last 20 minutes was the socks being taken.
Yeah. Why did poor Brian Pillman Jr. again have to be the one to be pinned in the center of the ring? Couldn't Griff get pinned this time?
I mean, it's a good point.
Well, I'm not pinned. I mean, he had to tap out. Excuse me. Even worse. It's like, could we at least let him not tap out? And, he just had his father's special on. They're trying to, pay honor to his father last week with his father's trunks. And now, again, he gets, clean loss, center of the ring.
Well, I think that
it sucks.
It's sort of one of those things where, like, they're the rookie team or whatever, so it's...
Oh, I know, but just to see him specifically lose twice sucks. I would have liked to have seen Griff at least tap out this time. Get his fair share.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a minor gripe. That doesn't really affect the show because it was a good tag match, and, it showed how these guys have something and they can certainly be something in the future. I mean, we know that Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison are talented. Julia Hart, her getting sprayed was excellent. That was really funny. That, you know, the Bucks. This was just to get heat on the Bucks. So they had the second most babyface team they have, which, you know, their first one is Jurassic Express. The second is currently these guys. Surprisingly enough, they're very over with fans, you know, and they're especially with the dark and elevation audience. And it worked. It got the fans to really, really hate the Young Bucks even more. You heard the boos live. You heard people really get into it tonight. And they even kind of booed Jericho when he was talking about being thrown off the cage. I thought that was amusing, too.
Right. That was kind of
So
funny.
it's nice to have more fans back in the building, to have reactions, real reactions, not the children's choir, as they call it, around the front of the ring. You know, now we're finally getting more and more fans in there. So we're getting that genuine, natural reaction, which I'm happy to have.
Well, because some of the singing with the Wild thing, so like, I mean, I guess go over the negative. I think we should maybe go over the negatives first. I don't know, because there aren't a lot to me. I don't know, but some of the negatives. That
I don't have many either. There's only a couple things, and that's pretty much what I listed.
Yeah, so like the clapping during Wild thing, like they were so like it reminded me of like an '80s wedding party. Like it was like, this is weird. This isn't
Even using the Joan Jett version that we said would be better for Major League. Still isn't great. I still didn't care for it. I'm sorry.
I thought it was all right, actually. I thought it was way better. I
thought it was better than the week before. Shut up, Simba.
Yes.
But it's just, you know,
I liked
non-stop.
it. I just didn't like... Again, it felt weird with when the crowd was doing the clapping and the side swaying. I was like, this is Moxley? Dude,
yeah,
these guys should be coming out...
this is a love fest. Everybody get along then.
Yeah, shouldn't these guys be coming out to
It's a fun song, but... I was really hoping it's not his new theme, and that was just a tribute last time. That was my worry, but look at that. It's his theme.
You know what
I just don't think it fits the lunatic fringe, you know, as they've... I know it's not him anymore,
You know what
but
they
he's
should
still
come
psychotic.
out to? This is what they should have come out to. Dude, go get the rights to jump around.
I would probably pop for that.
Even
back it up, back it good. Let me begin.
That doesn't even make sense either, because it's like just too this is we're looking at
it feels like Tony Khan picking his 90s playlist.
Yeah, like he's like,
yeah, what do I want to hear?
Like it's like getting really ridiculous. Like,
he's
dude,
like, I got the Pixies stuck in my head today. Who's
yeah.
Oh, that would be great for Orange Cassidy.
I mean, Depeche Mode's next.
He's like, oh,
who's
he was
getting
watching
Depeche
Beverly
Mode?
Hills Ninja, and then he's like, oh, I love this song. He's like, Jurassic Express would love this. Like, just over and over. That's
Here comes Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin.
Last week on Dynamite, it's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, this is like you said, the '90s throwback. Dude, someone's gonna get Depeche Mode.
He's gonna jock jams the entire soundtrack.
Who else is on the roster? I mean, like,
let's
what the
get
hell?
ready to rumble.
I mean, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's weird. Like, it's getting bizarre. And listen, we like these songs. It's just, again, Moxley, when you think of Moxley and Eddie Kingston cutting these savage promos and how they're going to really hurt somebody or whatever it is. And
who's going to come out to the child predator? Gary Glitter.
Oh, my God.
It's got who's going to have
No,
Gary
who's
Glitter?
coming
That's
out?
like the ultimate jock jam.
No, who's
song
coming out
there
to Phil
is.
Collins in the Air of the Night?
Oh, well, that's even more depressing, but...
Dude, watch this. Like think of
dun, dun, dun. That's like the ultimate jock jam song, you know. Gary Glitter.
I need a cover though, because like otherwise,
yeah, I know
that's
that's
in trouble.
Copyright
watch
city.
This. Watch this. Who else is on the roster? Think of somebody else on the roster.
That would fit for In the Air Tonight. I don't know,
no, how about
Sting.
dude? Brian Cage. Oh, watch this. Watch this.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Part 2. That's what it is.
Oh my God, dude! Watch.
Include that in Joker, especially with the symbolism.
I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. I mean, like, you think about what I mean, dude. At some point, you got to start producing your own music. You know what I mean?
They really. I don't mind them even procuring popular music. WWE did it, for quite a while, and it worked. Oh, let's get Killswitch. Let's get Disturbed. Let's get. Hey, I'm fine with that if you're going to have them write something custom, like you said. But go get bands or if at least I just don't feel like Wild Thing fits. I know because he's wild and crazy guys. Like it doesn't work. It's very just it's mildly infuriating, but enough that it takes me out of it. So,
all right, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
really liked Moxley's old theme as well.
I got the next entrance right now. Here he comes. About to come down the aisle, AEW superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the man, the machine, Brian Cage. Unbelievable.
Actually, I could really see Moxley coming out to this all solemn and slow. I think that would work better when the drums kick and he walks through the crowd. That would be better with the crowd all getting in the eardrums.
Here he is, Brian Cage, the Fuck the World Champion at AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, they buy everybody else. Go get Jim Johnston.
This guy was in the back earlier today looking like he was going to eat somebody's head. That's the kind of power and intensity that Brian Cage has. And I'll tell you what, Taz has him whipped up into a frenzy right now. And look at this guy, he's jacked. The intensity is off the page for the Fuck the World Heavyweight Champion. It's like this is where we're going. I'm dead serious about this. We're actually going there with Tony Khan. He's pulling out these type of songs. Like, it's crazy.
I know. We're not kidding. And who said that in the chat? I mean, give him credit, but that's not a bad idea. With all the money he's spending, go see Jim. Go Hogs for Life said it. Uncle Jim, we need you to compose some new themes for us.
Yeah.
I bet you that would.
And Jake, his ass. What's even better about that, Jake, is number one, Jim Johnson deserves to be higher, but number two, Jim not only they can do exactly what WWE was doing, which is Jim because what happened. All right, so back it up real quick. Okay, get my thoughts together. Jim, his sound of his recordings all kind of sound very similar, and you can tell it's him. So after a while, what started happening is Jim started writing the songs, making them, but then they passed them off to someone else, and then they would reread and they would perform them and do them. So it's like it would sound fresh and really good, but you wouldn't know it was Jim that wrote it because, like, when Jim wrote a song, like okay, The Rock, you were like, oh, that's Jim Johnston. When Gold Dust was written, oh my God, that's Jim. When Stone Cold was written, oh, that's Jim. When Bret Hart was written, oh, that's Jim. You can tell by the guitar parts and the way it sounds mostly. And so, like, it
had a certain style to it that was recognizable. Absolutely. But at this point, Tony Khan's going to have Pac coming out to hit the Sex Pistols.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're getting to.
Right, and that's the thing is Jim, like someone in the chat just said, Paul 3 just said, Jim wrote Orton's theme. And it's like, you know what I mean? But when Jim performed it, like, if it's the Voices song, I don't know if he wrote Voices or the one before that. I feel like he could have been either one, to be honest. But it's like when he passes that off to somebody, it's well done. So if Tony Khan could get to a point where they're easily writing characters' music, but then also able to just go out and buy songs, too, that they think work with somebody, then that's great. I think what we're getting to right now is we're getting to a point where they're completely relying on the money of Tony Khan to be like, oh, just go grab that one and this one. And what happens is it is fun and it is exciting and it does add to the wrestler. And I've ranted on how important music is. But the problem is
nothing would be full capacity.
The music. No. I'm not done yet. The music. Listen to this, though. The music, though, Jake, starts taking over the wrestler. So instead of like, oh, wow, Stone Cold's music is perfect. Oh, wow, Kevin Owens fits him perfectly. Oh, wow, Shinsuke Nakamura's music fits him perfectly. That's his song. That makes perfect sense. Instead, what happens is all we can think about is partying to the song that we like, kind of, that we know is a single, but then it doesn't really represent the wrestler like Chris Jericho's theme does or Cody's song does, even though Cody now used that remix piece of shit.
Even when the song gets a life of its own and just accelerates beyond the wrestler, people only wanted, Fandango's theme. Even Jericho, people want to sing Judas more than they wanted to see him at times. So
that one doesn't bother me. I know that's an example. Someone will be like, well, like how Judas is way more. I mean, no, because if it wasn't Jericho that made that song, and say just tomorrow they gave a song to Darby Allin and the whole crowd was constantly now singing it all the time, that to me would be ridiculous. But you got to have a wonderful song that kicks ass that makes sense, but you can't just every song can't be a hit from the 80s, 90s or whatever. You got to start you got to have your own music group as well, coming up with stuff and coming up producing things or even finding a song produced by somebody that you think works. But but that's a small nitpick. I'm very happy that Tony Khan has gone out and done stuff like this because it's better than some clunky theme that sucks.
To give the fans what they want. I mean, a lot of these are user requested, basically. Right. I don't know about Wild Thing, but I know that the Jungle Boy's theme was certainly. It works, and especially if he has the money, but I'd rather see him producing their own themes. Like you said, make your own stuff and build your own legacy than rather take and take and take from everything else.
And take and take and take and take and take and take.
Hey Jake, do you like sprinklers that sound like this?
Oh no, not again.
And comes back like 777 quattro-decillion 777 3-decillion 700.
Oh my God. Picharo, thanks for the $3. Picharo took over my Twitch stream last night. I was streaming Diablo. We were having a blast. You guys were crazy. We had 60 people watching all night almost. And we had hundreds of people stop in. Yeah, the Diablo stream on Twitch was fire the other night, and Picharo was dropping all these sevens and infuriating the listeners. It was quite amazing heel turn there for Picharo.
I mean, you could say, like with Daniel Bryan, the Yes chant took on a life of its own. Soundwave brought it up. Bobby Roode's Glorious was a great example because when he went to the main roster, people loved singing the song. Same thing with Nakamura for a while too, but neither wrestler was that popular. So, I mean, they waned in popularity compared to what they could have been. That was all due to the booking, no doubt. But yeah, music can make or break a star, though, certainly. We know that a good entrance really matters.
Yeah, definitely. So it can really make somebody who's already good. It's so good. It always sucks when somebody's pretty damn awesome and their music isn't that good. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, that is. And they've been getting better with, I think, their themes now with AEW as they bring in more people. I think they're getting better as time goes on. Mm-hmm. They sound less generic and, simple creative wrestler.
Well, I honestly don't know, man. Like Lance Archer is fine, right? Like that sort of thing for a guy like that. He's like a mid-card, whatever.
Yeah, some original themes, like when people first came in, still aren't great.
He's got the Baron Corbin of AEW theme, which is actually still good. Like it's kind of catchy. It's like everybody dies. Like, okay. People think it sounds like, or didn't he have one that sounded like out of nowhere or something, people thought?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get it. But
Brian Cage's wasn't great. I don't mind Taz's theme. That works with the FTW one.
Yeah. I don't even
Darby,
can't even think of it. I'm sorry. I just watched a big chunky guy just almost die in that water show that comes on after AEW.
Wipeout one?
Is that what it is? Wipeout? I don't even know. You would think I would know after every day watching this thing.
Shit! Wipeout.
Oh, Soundwave.
You become a shitball.
What's up, Soundwave?
The first hour was really good and the second hour was really mixed.
Yeah.
Not happy with another screw job finish by the Bucks, but it's supposed to get them heat, so whatever. Loved Eddie sniffing the shoes at the end, lol. 7/10 tonight.
I agree. That was pretty funny at the very end, but yeah, I would say Soundwave, thank you for the $20. I would say the last 30 minutes tonight was not very good, but the first hour and a half of tonight's show was really good, I thought. Or at least, pretty entertaining for me.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So I obviously didn't get to talk to you earlier, but I sent it to you and mentioning that Tony Khan's competitor, Vince McMahon might not be happy about this because AEW is getting a second show and they're moving to TBS instead, which is available in more homes than TNT apparently. So
really,
yep, the 2-hour weekly Dynamite show will add a third hour on Fridays called Rampage, which is going to premiere August 13th at 10 p.m. on TNT.
Damn.
So as soon as SmackDown goes off the air, then that audience basically is using SmackDown as a lead-in into AEW.
Oh yeah.
So they're using SmackDown to build up and generate a buzz to have people now go into AEW. Like, don't stop the party now. You like wrestling, tune into AEW, for the PG stuff, the real attitude kids, come look at our, so I get what they're going for, and it's a smart booking decision. They're not going directly against SmackDown. They're going to go afterwards and use their momentum against them. And it's going to be another contest as well of the Friday night viewership. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Well, that's good luck to AEW on that one, because SmackDown's been so good.
Fox is obviously on cable, yeah, but still, we'll see what happens. And then,
but no, why that's good though, Jake, is it goes they've had all this exposure on TNT, so now they're going to cross-pollinate anybody who's coming from TNT over to TBS, and now they get exposure on another channel that they haven't been on before, so they could pick up a few viewers who probably forgot about wrestling over there, right? Because there's some people who watch shows on one or the other. There's some people that probably maybe never tune into TNT, and they once in a while watch something on TBS, and they may cross-pollinate a little bit. May not be a big deal, but it could be 50,000 people, could be 20,000, could be more. I don't know. So we'll have to see.
This also goes ahead and gives them quite a bump in pay as well. They're also going to be moving full-time in 2022 to TBS entirely, so that's interesting. So, we'll see what happens to the TNT title. Does that become the TBS title? But so now we're going to have Elevation, Dark, Dynamite, and Rampage. But Dynamite and Rampage are going to be televised on TNT. So a lot of wrestling, a lot to cover. Interesting what they're doing here. But next week, AEW will be on Friday, not Wednesday. So
what?
Keep that in mind. Yep, they're doing it on Friday next week, not Wednesday. So
this week or next week?
Next week.
Okay, next week. All right.
Yes, Dynamite will be next Friday live.
Jesus. Oh,
They're
man,
not
that's going to be
on
crazy.
Wednesday because of whatever sport thing obligation.
That's going to be nuts. Oh, that's also a reminder that this week Corrupted is going to be different. We're going to be live on Friday because Drew won't be here, and we'll be recording it at another point. So we'll just be doing something else. So we'll have some fun. But that's really about it as far as that goes. But real quickly, I had two things I wanted to mention that were funny to me. The one criticism was the cringy singing and the dancing outside the ring. We felt that this was I felt it was reminiscent of like an 80s wedding party or something, and it was just like, this is weird. I kind of like the song. I like the entrance, kind of. It still doesn't feel like it fits Moxley and them, but then it fits even less when I see all the women like dancing wild thing. Like, it's just like, what is going on? So I don't necessarily think that makes any sense. I almost think it fits Orange Cassidy better, even though he's got, the Pixie song. But the two funniest moments tonight for me were, first of all, let's go to the first one. And then, we're just going to go out of order tonight. I don't give a shit.
The other gripes? You said that we're starting with the negatives before we get into the funny stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other negatives, though.
Because my other thing was, I feel like everybody has a gripe or an issue with the Elite, and I get that, but it's like, now you had Daniels essentially maybe calling it quits. He said it's time to lay this old body down on the BTE promo and, doing the Dusty type thing. We don't know if he's done for sure.
Yeah.
Seems like it's not done yet, but who knows? But now Kazarian says he's going to hunt down the Elite. Then you have Eddie and, taken down with Moxley, the Elite as well. And then you have Orange Cassidy and Pac involved. And then you have, now the Varsity Blondes. And then you have, and it just keeps, and there's, I get like the Elite, but it feels a bit too NWO to me at this point. Like, I get they piss everybody off. They are the heels, but there's too many stories funneled in where it's going to be impossible for anybody to get a proper revenge.
By the way, if I freak out, I just want to alert everybody. The Boston Bruins and Capitals are in overtime for the third game in a row, and they're in overtime number 2 right now. So if I lose my mind at some point, that's the reason. Just a heads up. If you hear me screaming.
It feels like a bit much with, everybody. Like, does the Elite really have to be involved in every single storyline? Could we get some other people?
A little ridiculous. I thought so, too. They're doing too many people.
Yeah.
Are going after these guys.
It's still a bit of a disappointment. They throw Sheeta out there with Rebel, but what's going to happen. It's predictable. But we haven't seen Sheeta, I feel like, at all recently. I kind of even forgot she's the women's champion. But then again, it feels like she's held this belt hostage because this whole time, I don't feel like she's worked as women's champion.
Right.
I really don't. And that's not necessarily her own fault, because the only person she's ever been able to have a decent feud with is Nyla Rose. And that was not even on TV. They just threw them out on pay-per-view, basically. They gave them like a one-time little fight on the outside before they went to pay-per-view. So it's not the women's fault, sadly, most of the time. It's the booking and creative decisions. But still, the women's part of it doesn't feel great here. I am looking forward to Britt Baker and Sheeta again having the match. And Britt's going to win. It just feels very plain and obvious. So there's not much of a surprise to it. But hopefully it's good.
Yeah. I guess I'm just going to rattle this off, and then we can go through the night. But I just want to quickly mention these two things before I forget them, because I'll forget. John Moxley, what are the rapping guy's name? What's his name?
Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed. Oh, my God, bro. This was a fucking fire rap. And then, first of all, they come out.
Usually always good. I always like the Acclaimed. I like them on Dark. I like them. They're usually, Caster and Bowens are really good, and then they're good in the ring.
Yeah, so this was their best rap I've heard yet. I mean, I liked them all, but this one was so fire to me. It was funny, and the tie-in with Renee Young. And then, dude, after he mentions his wife, he gets fucking blasted, what it looks like for real. And the commentary team noticed that, and they're like laughing.
Yeah, I've been hit up by Renee for oral sessions. That was great.
Dude,
such a great line.
That whole sequence is one of the best.
It's the name of the podcast. Like he's playing it off stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that punch looked legit, though.
Yeah, it looked like he really hit him. Like, and so this is like top 10 best sequence of the year for me. Like
it really was like impressive.
From Moxley's entrance with the new theme to these guys coming out in that rap, and then to that shot by Moxley, and then the announcers laughing like because they can't believe they couldn't believe that fucking they saw this guy get plowed like he got. And that's
he blasted him. He smashed him right, like just to start it right off the bat, bam. He was like, "Oh, that's for bringing up my wife."
I mean, I don't know, bro. That was wild. Like, I'm sure they kind of talked that over. Like, dude, you gotta make it seem like fucking, you wouldn't let somebody talk about your wife like this. You gotta come in and make sure. And that's what it felt like. He was like, yeah, I'll try to like lay it in pretty decent. That, I mean, I don't know. That's what I felt or he just really like snapped a little bit. I don't know, or didn't know he was going to say that. I don't know. It was because sometimes they do like the topical humor and things, and I'm glad they made it personal to really piss off Moxley. It worked for the feud, and it was smart for what they were doing. And that's the thing about when you do stuff like that, and you make people think or make people have to go, wow, was that real? Was that supposed to happen? Maybe he really got mad at what he said. That's great. The fact that we're even mentioning that, we're marks like that. That just means you did a damn good job. That's really good. So credit to them. That whole sequence, dude, that may be the best thing of the night. That's the best sequence of the night. I think the women's wrestling match was really good. And then, of course, we're going to talk about all of this all over again. But, I mean, real quickly, Orange Cassidy ripping up that contract was friggin' hilarious to me. I thought that was...
He really sells well with the stoic face, and, he looks injured, and just continues to rip it again in half. They're like, no, you don't need to do that. And then he stays the whole time. It was well timed. Don and Kenny are great in those roles. Better than the Young Bucks, certainly. The Young Bucks leave a lot to be desired as heels, certainly.
No, yeah, fuck them. Don't talk about them anymore. Fuck that. The worst part of the night. All the stuff before, though, was so good, man. There's so much to talk about there.
Exactly, so.
That shit at the end was... The last half hour of the show was just blah. But the first hour and a half, man, let's just start from the beginning because it was good.
Yeah, we start off Christian Cage, Matt Sydal. Hell of an opening match here. I mean, obviously they're building up the Casino Battle Royal, but really what they're giving us here is a hell of a match. I'm so happy that Christian, got to wrestle Matt because he's I don't want to say like safe, but he's a person that's very well educated and well rounded. So he's not going to be a risk at all, and he's going to make you look like $1 million, which he did. I thought that he sold well for Christian and made him look like an actual contender for the upcoming Battle Royal match.
Well, not only that, great carryover from last week. The fact that they carried that over, like, oh no, I'm going to be your opponent, and so that was nice. The tie-in, and it happens right away.
1 week build, next week match. The 2 week package. I like that.
Yep, this is the first thing we see right off the bat. Good match.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
Duncachino coming in.
What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Him a heel, but him going to start of this promo by thanking Jesus Christ and thank him again for giving me the strength to beat people up.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Again, I laughed my ass off.
Because he is such a heel. It's like, what are you doing thanking God? Like, how could you be that blasphemous? Or, how could you be that much of a prick to believe in yourself that much that you think that you're special? That's the whole point of it. So I thought it worked great.
We're starting to see
He was really on fire tonight.
Miro's stock is starting to rise because these promos, and this is what I've said. I think
this is what we wanted. Crazy Rusev.
Yeah, give us those
fish stuff where he was screaming and yelling and acting like a menace. That's what we liked because it was funny, but it was believable. And this stuff is working because he's cutting decent promos at the same time as being crazy sounding. So it's entertaining.
That's when he's the best. This is him the best when he's acting crazy and he says crazy shit. Like when he says legitimate. Like he's got that Arnold Schwarzenegger sound, and we've said that before, right? And speaking of saying that, we all know Luis said it once too last week. But that he's got that Arnold vibe, and he's got a likable thing. Like if he says goofy shit, like I'm gonna put your head in a vice, then wait till you die, then buy a tombstone for you. It's like saying something like that is dumb. I say that, you go, what the hell? But if you say it like Miro, he goes, I'm going to put your head in a vice, and then I'm going to wait to die, and then I'm going to put you in a tombstone or buy a tombstone for you. Like, it's like,
it works.
Like, what?
But the ending, he was great. I know you'll say everybody dies, but I insist you die first. That kind of, it's such an Arnold line that it's hilarious.
Oh, my God, dude. Just let him keep saying that stuff. It's great.
That's
so
what
great.
I wanted. But it's believable in the same time because he is the friggin' champion, and we just saw him destroy Darby Allin, and we've seen him, wreck shop for quite a few times. So they're doing well with it. That's what they should have done from his debut. Why was this so hard?
I'm gonna wreck you and then eat your. Dude. If he said stuff like that every week, like, dude, I'm gonna order you. I'm gonna abduct you, and then I'm gonna order your favorite meal and then eat it in front of you, and then smack you in the face and leave you on the side of the road, hungry and broken.
Well, he was such a sarcastic twat too, because anytime Lance Archer said anything that was supposed to be like edgy or making fun of you, he would be like, he called him a Bulgarian bitch, and Miro said something like, "Oh, I've heard that before." Oh, no one, not like anyone's ever said that before. He said something like that, and he just downplayed it. He swatted it out of the air.
Bruins score in overtime. Take that, D. Wells. D. Wells, 2 overtimes in a row. D. Wells.
So, dude, 3 overtimes in a row. 3 overtimes in a row. Caps win, Bruins win, Bruins win. Let's go, D. Welsh. Let's go, D. Welsh. I'm going to eat your family for dinner, D. Welsh.
The one thing I don't like that AEW does...
but wait a minute. The point you just made, Lance Archer called him a bitch, right? Or somebody called him a bitch?
Dude. Miro just swatted it out of the air being like, oh, like I haven't heard that before.
Thank you, God, for doing that because, dude, Lance Archer, generic promo number 70. And not only is it generic promo number 70... but 1 million people are saying this every week. Even on WWE, they're saying, I'm going to make you my bitch. It's like, dude, every week someone says that like twice. Yeah. Stop saying that.
Because that's all they can get away with saying on WWE, and they only have like 2 passes for it. Here, they could say a bit more. And then Miro said something else about Jake. I didn't write it down, but he went ahead and he was like, something about like, oh, you better hope that he doesn't get close to me because if he's done, there's not enough yogurt to save him. Something like that. It was a really funny line. And I was like, what did he say about yogurt? Like, Jesus, this guy's nuts. And I loved it. It was just hilarious. Like, everything he did, it was crazy.
Right.
So that's what should have been done to begin with. He made Lance look ridiculous, but I was happy about it. It paid off here. That was good.
You know what Lance should have said? Lance Archer should have been like, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to make you my bitch. No, I can't say that. Everybody's saying that. I got to say something else. How about this? How about, something? I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you so bad. You're going to have 2 broken legs, and you're going to get to do what you want to do anyway, Miro. You're going to get to stay at home and sit in your bed and play those stupid video games. The only thing you care about. I watch you on your little streamy channel. What are you, 5? I'm going to break your legs, and you're going to thank me for it because you're going to get to play Tetris all day and all night with those goofy other idiots, you moron. You can go on eBay and buy yourself another video game to play in your Betty Buy while I'm over here being a real man making money. You know, he could have said something like that real quick, but instead it's like, I'm going to make you my bitch, like for the 1,000th time. So Miro, in a way, good, I guess, because he made Miro look great.
Yoga to save him. All right, gotcha. Not yogurt. Good thing I'm deaf. That's hilarious. Even more so.
Jake Roberts, by the way, like just it doesn't make any. It used to make sense. It was great, kind of. Now
it's just it seems like he's bringing his dad to work day.
Oh my god, it's really weird, dude. What? And by the dude, they're wasting.
Once he started beating on him, Joe.
Right.
Then it felt like he was abusing his father or his uncle or something. And it just like, now he's like being this abusive asshole, like dragging him around to all of these shows and stuff and be like, come on, Dad, let's go. Like, that's how it feels.
Yeah, Jake's always holding him back.
He's not getting advice or tutelage from him. He's not making him a better fighter. He's just there. So what's the point?
That's why Jake needs to go somewhere else now, because Jake was cutting great promos. We were that was
adding to the package, everything.
Some of the weeks, Jake, one of our favorite parts of the night was Jake's promos. They were amazing. He's like, and you're gonna know what it's like to be in the dark with a hooker who hates you and a mother who hates you. And it's like, you're like, oh my god, they're letting him say this. It was awesome.
And then we would see Lance snap in the back and not say anything, and Jake would cut these sadistic promos, and we'd be like, this is great. But then he started taking Jake's shirt off and smacking him around and writing on him, and it just got very cringy and kind of BDSM-like and a bit taboo. So
BDSM?
Yeah, I stayed out of that. But
by the way, if you real quickly, for completely no reason out of nowhere, because rest in peace, Paul Mooney. I'm just gonna play a quick few seconds here from Paul Mooney. To say thank you to Paul Mooney, man. Loved this comedy, and this one's great. Here you go.
Whatever it was called, what was it called? Master Bush, do whatever you want to do. Oh, Master Bush, I saw that movie.
Something about George Bush.
Let the terrorists get me, Master Bush. Oh, Master Bush. Oh, Master Bush, do whatever you want to do. Oh, Master Bush, I saw that movie with Nixon, whatever it was called. What was it called? Frosty Freeze, whatever it was called. We owe President Nixon an apology. All he did was get drunk and run his mouth. What Bush did anything he wanted to do. Let's keep it real. He did whatever he wanted to do, and nobody said nothing. And if you said something about him, you got in trouble. It was Master Bush, okay? Talk more shit than Jesse Jackson. And when you can out-talk Jesse, you can talk. And trust me, Bush can out-talk him. I can't find Bin Laden. I can't find him. That's because you are Bin Laden.
Bro, I gotta hear it again.
Find Bin Laden. I can't find him.
I can't.
You can out-talk Jesse. You can talk, and trust me, Bush can out-talk him.
Oh my God, dude.
I can't find Bin Laden. I can't find him. That's because you are Bin Laden.
Dude, that's because you are Bin Laden. White people, like, what's the fucking one from Dave Chappelle? That's Wayne Brady, because he makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X. Yeah. Oh my God. Holy fuck, man. Rest in peace to Paul Mooney. Just out of nowhere, we had to mention that because
lost to the comedy world.
Well, I don't care, man. I love the guy. I think he's funny. I know that he's got a certain little niche there, whatever. But he kind of reminds me. I was talking to someone about this earlier. I think it was Drydrake dude or somebody. And I was saying, he kind of reminds me of how Norm Macdonald is. It's like some people just don't get it or don't want to. Just not their thing. And Mooney would just like take something so fucking real that, like George Carlin kind of, he would take something that was like super real or maybe super like conspiracy a little bit, but real or crazy shit that no one wanted to talk about, but it was 100% true. And then he would
throw but not widely accepted.
Right. And then he would throw this like dark fucking, spin on it, or he would just say a truth about it. But just saying the truth about it was fucking hilarious because he built up all the ironies around it and then said the truth part. And then that was hilarious because it was true. But all these fucking little ironies around it were all built throughout the joke or whatever. It's just fucking weird. It's crazy. So anyway.
He really was a genius, though.
Yeah.
If you listen to what he had to say, he was quite a visionary in that sense.
Why would Joe stop the review to talk basketball? What the fuck? I don't know what that means. But yeah, no. Yeah, congratulations, Yankees, on your fucking no-hitter, you cocksuckers. Listen, I will congratulate you because the Bruins won tonight, and I'm happy about that. Sorry, Capitals fans. We'll talk to you later. But let's continue with the review. What are we on, the first match still?
I mean, we basically went through that when we were talking about, you know.
Oh, yeah, we got into Jake Roberts, and we're about to move on from there.
Yeah, the one thing I don't care for that they do that I mentioned
Oh, my
before,
bad. I dropped one.
You become a shit bomb.
Yep.
Red Velvet had great match against Serena Deeb. Just wish the picture-in-picture didn't happen during the match. Let's see how Red does against Insidious 1 this Saturday night at Rise of the Vixens 2 on Title Match Network.
Ryan Romano. That was Ryan Romano. Shit, I thought it was Soundwave. Ryan, thank you so much, man. I agree with you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Speaking of Title Match, I'm glad you brought up Title Match Network. First of all, Title Match Network, guys, use coupon code Cronin. You'll get 3 months off at 50% off. And also, there is a potential that I will be broadcasting live Saturday night from Rockland, Mass. During a wrestling event. I don't know yet, though, if I'm going, but they possibly. If they don't have a big spot for me, I'm not going because Monetize This is now Saturday. So, like, taking time to do that now, I can't really figure that out yet. So, but anyway, maybe. But either way, watch Title Match Network. And also New England Wrestling is going to be live Saturday night. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. And whatever else. But, yeah, thank you, Ryan Romano. I guess you're tied with Soundwave now, so let me put you up here. Ryan, I'll put it Ryan R. Ryan, is that okay? We love your last name. We love the Romano name. Let me spread it out for you so everybody gets in here. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to talk about the women's match coming up. It's coming up real quickly, but let's get to what's next. Ryan, thank you so much for the $20, bro.
I wish they wouldn't book matches after they've already booked matches. So here's my point. They booked this title match at pay-per-view for Moxley and Kingston to go against the Young Bucks. But then they have a title match tonight. So why book that match if you're going to have a title match tonight? Then you already know the outcome tonight. So now they have Miro taking on Lance Archer at the pay-per-view, but then they go ahead and they announce that he's taking on Dante Martin. So not only is that like a real step down too, because you're like Dante Martin. I guess I'm glad he's getting a chance, but it should have been somebody else for Miro to be, put over even more. Honestly, they should have found somebody a little bit better known. And because they're having Joey Janela versus Hangman Page, why not Joey Janela versus Miro? That would be a good match.
I don't know if they found like pictures of Joey Janela with like naked, like fucking animals or something. I mean, like, where is he? What is going on?
He's coming back next week, so they're having their rematch from their All-In match from years back. So
Jesus.
But him and Hangman Page are going to have their match. And then they're going to have the weigh-in for Cody Rhodes and the Go-Go. Jade Cargill has her open challenge. We've got the Inner Circle's greatest moments. Dark Order's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are going to take on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, which means they'll lose. And then we got Darby Allin versus Cesar Bonini. And then Sheeta's 1 year celebration as women's champion.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. 1 year already.
All Friday. Yep.
All Friday. So, all right. So, yeah, what do we get up next, I guess? What are the wins of the women
next? We'll go back. So after the start, we went through the opening match. There, Ricky Starks comes out. And glad he's able to still talk and walk and be good with a fractured neck. I know he can't wrestle at this point. It's going to be about 3 months. But thankfully, he's okay. Doesn't need surgery. That's a hell of a lucky job for him. I mean, my God.
Yeah, that could be really bad.
Worse. He cut a great promo here, and he had his, guys come out and take everybody down. And it's overbooked because, like I said, now you've got the Dark Order involved. You've got Brian Cage coming out, and then you've got, it's just, there's so many. Here's Starks, here's Hobbs, here's it's like, but is Team Taz still feuding with who? It's like, because there's so many feuds going on. It's a bit much, but at the same time, because you're like, oh, we got Brian Cage facing Hangman Adam Page. So now Hangman Adam Page is out there as well. But they're busy focusing on the feud of, Ricky Starks and Sting. And I don't know. The whole thing is just, it's weird. So we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't really care.
There's just too many moving pieces at that point, but it wasn't bad.
Taz was
then
funny.
We had the Hollywood Blondes cut a really good promo. I thought it was good from everything they said.
It was good for them.
And
I don't think it was very good, but it was good for them.
For them, for what they've, because we haven't seen them before, and I thought it was a good introduction to them as a team on Dynamite.
They were a little scared looking in the promo, but I thought so. I've known
their personalities, though.
Yeah, I've known Younger Pillman I call him Younger Pillman for a little bit here. I've seen him cut promos in indie wrestling, and he's sort of like he's not, he's trying to find it, and he's getting it a little bit. The other guy is way further behind. And so, the other guy was trying to put it together, super face. Same thing with Pillman. He's kind of got it a little bit, but it's still not quite there yet. They're just the good guy, rah-rah. But I really think that... So I was impressed, first of all, because they could have been really bad. Like, they weren't good enough to speak before. Now they did speak. So I give them credit for speaking. Like, I thought for them, I was like, okay, good. They actually got through that. That wasn't so bad. But as overall, I was like, wow, they're so fucking new. But they could use a manager. I still think they need a manager. I think a coach character with them would be hilarious, and somebody to be like, but I mean, maybe that takes it too far over the top. But
you don't want to turn them into a comedy angle, but you can have comedy in that. But they do need a manager, yeah. Yeah, that's what DJ Scandalous just said as well, and he made a good point earlier, saying all promos and skits was solid tonight. Mm-hmm. They seemed to do more than usual. Yeah, it seemed like they really focused on story and building for the pay-per-view, which I appreciated. So
yeah, I think they were good. Good job. I don't see them talking in the future. Like I don't think either one of them, like their combined promo isn't very good. Their single promo isn't very good. I thought the woman that's with them, the girl, I thought she was there to be the manager, to be that. But she didn't say a word tonight, so I was like, well, wait a minute. So instead of having her, I would really have a talking piece, and hopefully...
She's really just there. She's blonde. That's
yeah, I mean, at this point... So see, I would get like a female who could speak to be their cheerleader coach, or get a coach type. Like, and I don't mean a comedy act. I mean get a guy who's a psycho, who's like fucking firing him up, slapping him in the face. Yeah, he's like you these boys are going to be in such shape. You don't know what you're dealing with, man. There ain't another combination of guys out there that are on fire right now that have the athleticism of these guys. You have no idea like what we've been working on. And it's like that sort of thing. And he's like, all right, so you know what we're going to do tonight, right? You know the game plan tonight. And this is a whole varsity team situation. But you could have a female who's just a cheerleader. And they could go heel then. She could interfere. I'm thinking Alexa Bliss, like when she was with Murphy and Blake, like that sort of thing. That's what I thought that other girl was going to do, but she didn't say a word. And I'm like, man, they're really missing a manager. But I'm not trying to take away though, because what they did tonight was good. It was like they were able to cut a promo.
Hart's not bad either, but she's very green as well. So I don't know how she would work as a manager either.
Yeah, see, all three of them. Yeah. They need a mouthpiece. They need somebody in that team, man. You can tell. They don't feel like they're going to lose. And that's not good. Like going in, I feel like you're going to lose. I felt like they were going to lose. Like if they ever cut another promo again, I'll be like, "Oh, they're going to lose."
Yeah, they don't feel like jobbers. They just don't feel like they're there yet.
Right. And
they're up and comers, so they got to pay their dues basically.
Exactly, which is fine because that's really what they are, and they're younger. They're really young. Like people are always getting mad about Pillman, like his losses, and I've heard people getting mad. He put over Anthony Green when I called that match between Anthony Green at New England Wrestling and All-Star Wrestling, and it's like, and other places he's put over other people as well. And I'm like, well, dude, he's really young, and he's got his dad's name, but he's really young, and he's it's not that big a deal. People think that he's like coming on the scene at the same age of his dad or something like that. And it's like, no, this guy is like very much at the beginning.
Yeah, he's still got a long time to go and a lengthy career, and he's going to have his time to shine, no doubt.
Yeah, so we'll get there, everybody.
It's like it's not that I mind him losing. I just didn't, when especially like last week he had his dad's trunks on and was paying respect to his father. By the way,
I don't understand that with his promo tonight. He's like, I didn't like... He basically shit on his dad.
Yeah, and that didn't work as well. And
what was that about? Like, he's like... Last week he was all about his dad and promoting him and stuff. He uses his last name, and now he comes out tonight and he goes, I thought that basically he goes, I thought wrestling was about abusing your body and dying. But now I saw because of the Young Bucks, it's about more than that. So you just shit on your dad. Yeah. I thought that was fucking weird.
I get what he was going for, but it just wasn't. Like we said, the promo was okay, but I get the sentiment, and it wasn't bad. You know, it just a bit of it was odd. They need direction, as you said. With them getting a manager, it would work much better. So
it really would. Like the talent, get a manager. Just get him a manager, guys. Tony, get them a manager.
When you really think about it, all of these people that Jake Roberts, Diamond Dallas Page, you know, who else have we seen? Tully and Arn, and they're just not used. They're just
Arn Anderson would be really good with them because he's got that vibe.
He would be because he would fit exactly. But these guys, I mean, Tully tonight throwing the money was funny. That was a very entertaining 3 seconds. But besides that, does the Pinnacle need him? No, he would be better serviced, I feel, elsewhere. But I don't know. There's a lot of that where I feel like they could kind of, you know, learn elsewhere. But still, so then you had another great promo, I thought, you know, vignette skit backstage with Eddie and John, and they are wondering if they don't know how to throw super kicks, can they get to the super kick party? It was just, you know, silly fun between the two of them acting sarcastic. You know, they're like talking about the Acclaimed. Who are they? Oh, one's a rapper, the other one's the rapper's friend, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it was good. It was entertaining. You know, it was just the typical them.
Yeah, it was. It was typical, and it was you talking about the restaurant scene with the Pinnacle?
No, with Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Oh, okay.
Where they were being just wise asses.
Like in the match?
No, before the match, they had that promo.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. What are we talking about? Yeah. No, it was pretty good, but it was like, I didn't think anything bad about it or anything really great about it. It was just good. It flowed like it made sense.
It was just them being sarcastic, and I thought it was funny. And then, of course, we already talked about it. We got the Acclaim. They came out. Good match. Yeah. Really great, you know, sequence there that you said.
I love that sequence. I'm going to go back and watch it again because I think it's so fucking good. The rap was so good. The punch to the head was so fucking horrifically crazy that the announcers are laughing. So announcing was all right tonight. I didn't really notice it. It just sort of was there. So good, I guess. Better than noticing it. I guess 6 out of 10, maybe. I don't know.
Now, here's the first of the night of Face Jericho that we see. And he's standing there with his elbow, you know, all wrapped up with Dean Malenko. And Alex Marvez shows up and he's talking to him, and, you know, and Jericho, you know, says, oh, we'll discuss it later, and don't tick off the man of 1,000 holds.
Dean Malenko's shaking like a maniac with Parkinson's. Does he have a disease?
Yeah, it looks, I don't know, but that's what I was going to bring up. He does not look great.
Or it was cold out in like the garage area.
I don't know, but I noticed that as well.
He was weird.
He looked unwell for sure. And then he went ahead and, you know, he's like, oh, well, you know, 4 more holds. And Jericho was like, oh, I forgot some. So Face Jericho there, you noticed it, but it worked. It was funny. Not a huge, you know, takeaway or anything.
Yeah.
Next, we get Tony in the ring, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. I'm glad the audience was here to cut into them. That at least made it feel a bit more lively. But I didn't care about anything these two had to say. I just wasn't enamored or captivated by it. I tried to be, but knowing that I was kind of just waiting for the lights to go out, and eventually they did. Sting comes out, Darby Allin comes out, and the end of it, you know, Page has this great line of saying, you know, I'll be the nail in your coffin. But because I was just waiting for the you know, it's like, all right, when are the lights going to go out? When's the attack coming? Are they going to rope their way down this time? Or are they coming in on a Humvee, or is it a skateboard? Or are they parachuting? Is it a body bag? Like, what's the deal? And, you know, obviously Sting comes to the front. Darby comes out with his skateboard, and they get the attack in, and the Dark Order comes to the stage because they're involved in this feud as well. And, you know, the heels run off. That was it. Not a great segment, but okay. I'm not thrilled by it, but we are going to get the match of Sting and Darby Allin live, not cinematic, taking on, you know, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. So that'll be good at least to see at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I kind of like Scorpio Sky stuff a little bit. He's getting better to me, or more believable, I guess, as the heel, I guess. You know, at first I didn't buy it. You know, the guy's too likable. You know? But I think he's getting better, and I think I'll start to hate him more soon. He's just cringy at this point. He kind of looks like Luis Antonio Alejandro if Luis had been, birthed from a mother who banged Wesley Snipes. So that's that's really interesting. But yeah, okay, again, I'm kind of into everything. The other thing so far too is all this stuff we're talking about is the pacing has been really well done too. So everything is flowing really well, and I'm like,
and the attack wasn't bad. It was entertaining. Like I said, I just wasn't crazy about their promo, and because I was just waiting for the beatdown to happen. That's what we got, because Darby got thrown down the stairs and lost his TNT title, so he's coming for revenge. But thankfully, it is leading to a match that's in front of fans at the pay-per-view. Sting just looked like he was moving in slow motion at times, so that worries me. I don't know how he's going to do in the match.
He always looks like he's moving in slow motion to me. I mean, really,
like super slow motion tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's not going to do much. There's no way he can do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Hey honky up in Boston, so you want to use my voice and talk like an eye? Well, milky skin some bitch and give your wife 12-inch BBC, and Age Adams is my cousin.
Oh, what you mean talk like you? What you saying, Mr. Brown? You saying I try to talk like you? The hell you saying? I really don't know what he's talking about. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. I'm assuming AJ Adams' whole entire family is like this. They're very racist to everybody, and I don't understand why. And AJ Adams comes on the show, and he can't even speak because his phone hums like crazy. Fucking, it's time to get a new phone, AJ Adams, already. Shit bomb!
You become...
Oh, shit, Soundwave. $20 again.
Jim Johnson honestly should be given a shot to work with AU. Their main producer Ruckus could benefit from working with a guy like Jim. Music is an underappreciated part of a wrestler's gimmick. It needs to suit the wrestler.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I think the good news is, Soundwave, the good news is it feels like Tony Khan understands that. Now, how he decides to execute that's what we're kind of questioning, but at least he knows. He definitely seems to know that.
Can somebody explain how Red Velvet had in her title show? I never seen her in Power or work for a match. Sounds like Bruce booking. Come on, man, is there no logic anymore?
All right. We need to talk about this then real quick. Joe Bless, thank you for the $5. Joe Bless, bless you, son.
Yes, Joe Bless was in the chat before I told him it was coming up, and he makes
How many matches?
Point.
How many matches has she won that we can remember recently?
Red Velvet, quite a few. I feel like
she lost to Jade, right?
But after that, she was back on a win streak. I thought. I feel like it, anyways.
Who did she beat? Does anybody know who Red Velvet has beat?
I'd have to go back and look. I'm gonna go, and I might be way off, but it feels like it.
I don't feel like it. I feel like maybe she's won 1 and lost 2, or at least 1 and 1 or 2 and 2. I guess. I mean, I guess we could just look up her record right now, right? Let me just look up her record.
That's what I'm doing. So she beat Jasmine Lauren, Vert Vixen. Her and Big Swole won 2 tag matches. She defeated on Elevation Rekka Tahaka. I have no idea who that is. She won another tag match. She lost to Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, she won the 8-person tag match, and she hadn't lost in quite a long time. The only time she lost before that was with Cody in the Shaq match. Besides that, she had beaten Diamante, Alex Garcia, Leva Bates. She had beaten everybody on
Dark though, not on Dynamite TV.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying she's basically been winning consistently.
So on Dynamite, did she have a win on Dynamite though?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So this is why people think that they don't understand. This is why people don't understand why she gets an NWA shot. Because she has not won a match on Dynamite, and now she's facing an NWA champion. So now I understand why people were
September, she lost to Red Velvet lost to Britt Baker.
On TV.
Yeah, she had quite a few losses when she first showed up. She lost to everybody, actually, and then they turned it around when they had that whole Cody, or Brandy work with you thing, and then she just went on a win streak from there and got booked really quite well.
So it really, people do have a point. you really have a point. Like, what the hell is the reason that this girl gets a shot at the NWA championship? And I guess the answer is going to be that she strung up a bunch of wins back to back to back on off television stuff. Now, which is fine. And in fact, if they mention this, then I take this back. But what they really should have done at the beginning of this match is said, now some of you guys may be wondering, how this match came about. And the fact of the matter is, Serena Deeb had been looking for competition here in AEW. And quite honestly, the last 3 or 4 weeks, Red Velvet has been somebody who's strung up a whole bunch of wins, which actually put her in the qualifying for a potential NWA championship. And once she was in that pool of people that qualified, Serena Deeb said, she was asked to defend her NWA championship and was set to defend it, and she decided that she would take on Red Velvet. Or, Tony Khan saw Red Velvet and gave her this opportunity. Just a little something like that. And what that really does is it makes it feel like a real sport. It also makes it feel like those wins matter off of Dynamite also matter. And, and they could have brought that up and it would have really cleared things up for a second. And it also would cross-promote your other programming, I think, really well. And I wish that they did that. Now, if they did do that, and I just wasn't listening because I didn't start listening until the match started.
Yeah, her singles record was 6-1 or 7-1. I think they don't have the updated rankings. I don't see them for this week. I see them for 5-12.
Yeah,
and she was last in the women's rankings, but she was at 6-1. Nyla Rose was 8-2. Then Tay Conti was 11-3. Thunder Rosa 10-2. Britt Baker, who's the number one contender, is 10-1. And then obviously Sheeta, the champion, is 3-0. But overall, Red Velvet has 20 matches and 13 losses, 20 wins. So, out of 33 matches, that's not bad.
Yeah, and stringing up, 3-4 wins in the last...
Well, she's got 7 wins in 2021 now that were almost in a row, 6 in a row, and then she lost to Jade, and I think she got another one after that, so...
Okay, and that's...
So the point is, she was still racking up wins, just not on Dynamite, and, I think she lost to Diamante, she lost to Ivelisse, she lost to Sheeta, she lost to, and then her and Brandy teamed up. They lost on their initial outing, and then from there, Brandy was like her motivator, and then she just kept winning. So I think that's why I'm more attentive of that, because I have seen some of the dark stuff that she's done and or elevation things.
I've only seen maybe one. And I couldn't even remember seeing her win. So, and neither could anybody. So I think that's what the problem is all the people, for the, 800,000 people that didn't watch any of those things. They're just like, what the hell? Okay, I guess you get for the NWA title, I guess.
No, and never mind Paul Mooney. I mean, we didn't get to talk about it with you, but New Jack passing away.
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking in the sense that he just sent a message to Cornette not even but 2 or 3 weeks ago saying, who would have thunk it? I settled down. I've got a wife. I've got a kid. I've got my kids and I'm happy.
That's awful to hear that.
And then Jesus. 2 or 3 weeks later, he has a, final heart attack and dies. I guess he was making a crap ton of money on Cameo and things were finally going well for him. He didn't have to kill his body on Cameo. He could just record on the phone and do well and make people laugh. He was doing a lot of, great reads on there, and some of the stuff was really hilarious.
And quite honestly, like, we should have booked him for a cameo, and then not only should we have booked him for a cameo, but I should have emailed him and been like, hey, we got to get you on some podcasts, because he would have been hilarious.
Oh, I know. And that's the thing. He was actually one of the people that I was talking to, so that's really upsetting. There was... a while back, I told you I had a small wish list.
Right, another person that we're talking to, and then they die. Remember Buddy Lindell? Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We're a curse, man. We're getting people
we
killed. We
apparently are, so...
I'll never forget that,
man. It's
so
upsetting. I'd like to send a special shout-out to my homeboy, O.J. Simpson.
The fuck?
Oh, my God. Fucking New Jack. I remember when... I can vividly remember that, too, because I was in 5th grade, and that was such a big deal, was the O.J. verdict coming around. And we actually went ahead and we had like Newsweek articles, each week that we had to report on and write a paragraph of how we felt in class and what did we think. And it was so topical. And just something that everybody was talking about. We watched the verdict live. Our teacher was pretty cool. Mr. Stone was good about stuff, but I remember like I said,
he raped you.
Well, hey, we don't want to bring up that many repressed memories in one show, but being able to go and hear my step grandfather when I talk about Smoky Mountain Wrestling and all those things, and you got to hear this shit because of New Jack and all those kind of things. It's just stuff you don't forget. So,
oh yeah, man.
Between all the timing with all the hell you went through, it's like, oh god,
it's too bad we didn't
the
get
race
to
relations and all that stuff. I wish I got to see him live once for an ECW show at Southern here, as I said, and that was the one where Just Incredible put it on, and they wouldn't let the little people perform because they said it wasn't PC.
Oh God, yeah,
and it was a whole, but you think of all the stuff that New Jack has done and how crazy he was, and it just for him to finally be happy, and now this stuff happens, it's terrible.
Fucking figures, man. I mean,
I can't feel my legs. You're not gonna need them.
Yeah, some of the promos from New Jack that we were playing last couple of days have killed me, and Paul Mooney and him, and it's what a weird week, man. Every week somebody's going.
I think one of my favorite things, it's not even a promo, is just him busting out in court because they were talking about how he stabbed the gentleman 14 times, and he's like, "No, I stabbed that bitch 9 times." Like,
oh my God, bro, he's crazy.
I got a college diploma, and he's so damn good for what he had.
Yeah, it was all crazy. I wish you got in the ring with you and then chopped your legs off.
Hey, could have finished me off a lot sooner.
Right, and then he could have cut Jesse's hips off. That would have been really fun.
Duncachino?
Hey,
don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
You think Vince will counter-program AEW Rampage by making SmackDown 3 hours? It would be dumb, but Vince has done a lot of reckless decisions before.
No way. I don't think I think it's about the network. They have asked about it. So, Soundwave 92, thanks for the $5. They have asked about it, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say like, oh, they won't do it because it's been mentioned, but I don't think Fox would go for that. I can't see Fox being okay with that, honestly.
Mustafa, I think I played that on air last week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Smoke weed every day.
The Weed God is here.
The almighty Weed God is here. Great show, 7/10 way better than Raw or SmackDown. AU love your Getn show.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Nikki J, thank you so much, man. Wait, what?
So the Weed God chiming in. Good shit.
Weed God smoking so much weed, the neighbors are coming over. What's up?
Yeah, I got a college education and a criminal record. I can make my own decisions.
I love that guy. It's fucking crazy.
I would have.
He was great when I met him.
Him too. That would have been great. But them two arguing against each other was so funny.
Did you see them?
So legendary.
You see them making up in that video I played a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Be friends.
Crypto fascist dictator.
Hey Joe, have you been paying attention to the cryptocurrency markets the past day?
It's crashing.
Bitcoin went as low as $30,000. Right now it is $37,000, but it is fucking crazy to look at the charts from the past day, and even this past week it's been insane.
Yeah, dude, it is all over the place. I don't know what the hell's going on. The crypto, it took a nosedive. I cashed out last week or something. I cashed everything out. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It's nuts, though.
If anyone has a free 10 minutes, watch the Diamante and Statlander match from AEW Dark. Really good match. They show Cassidy rip up the contract to withdraw from the match, but then advertise his decision next week. Ripping the contract wasn't enough?
Yes, because they had another contract and a backup one. It was silly.
That's
they
weird.
Have to try and stretch it.
I'm glad I didn't see that. Deftones. Thank you, Deftones. because that would have ruined
Hey,
it.
what is up, you all?
What's
I'd
up?
like to point out how wrong Drew and Nikki were last week. In the past 10 days, Cherry's been 14 Israelis dead from Hamas and nearly 300 Palestinians dead from Israel. Among those 300 people, over 80% are civilians.
Yeah, it's pretty jacked up, man. Pretty messed up what's going on over there. But it's okay. Joe Biden doesn't give a shit.
Crazy shit.
But you voted for a child killer. Good job. Just want to say congratulations to all the people who voted for the child killer out there.
Let's kill more children.
UN wants to know why we won't
Tell
talk
them
to
get out
them.
of the streets then. Because we're raining down hellfire.
They were mad at Trump.
Stay indoors if you don't like Predator missiles. Bam, bam!
They were mad at Trump because he said people couldn't fly, but they're not mad at Biden for saying stopping people from die. Like, I mean, imagine if Donald Trump was the president right now. People would be like, "He's just letting them die. There's kids in the street." Like
yeah,
they would
be comparing him to Hitler.
Oh yeah, he would be Hitler. He would be like, "The U.S. is allowing this. Tell Israel to stop." They would be, dude. If Trump was president right now, they would be saying he's like a murderer, basically, or like a accessory.
You'd have all the celebrities besides their virtual signaling already. They'd be joining in to just take him down too.
Time magazine would say accessory to murder ? And then Trump's face. Like, are you kidding me? And now it's like, hey Biden, what do you think about Israel? And he's like, I don't know. Check out this truck I got. It's like, dude, and the UN is like, can you ask them to stop doing this? And Biden's like, no, I'm busy. Talk to me later. And then Leah was telling me earlier, like, we don't want to get involved or whatever. I'm like, but we are involved. Like, what?
Yeah.
Nobody understands. Anyway, why did this guy bring this up during an AEW Dynamite review? Why does he do this every week?
It's got to happen once.
I don't know, but the Bruins won in overtime, number 2. How about that? D. Welsh,
Crazy
where you at,
stuff.
D. Welsh? Weird, you're not in the chat, D. Welsh. Where you at? Huh, D. Welsh? How about that?
NXT letting go quite a few people. Vanessa Bourne, Jessamine Duke, Alexander Wolf, Ezra
Unbelievable.
Judge, referee Jake Clemens, and Drake Wirtz. We knew Drake was going to be fired anytime now, so that was not a surprise.
What'd Drake do?
He's had a lot of outspoken opinions.
Oh, is he
You know,
the political one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm fine for people to have their own opinion and stuff, but I guess he's been pretty outspoken in a negative way and been a pretty big asshole, so allegedly.
So he's me.
No, he's been a pretty big piece of shit. Not so.
Oh.
I'm trying to find
Maybe he's losing his mind. He just wants to stop the kids from being raped and abducted and fucking trafficked. That's all. Should I play the clip of him? You saw that earlier, right, on my Twitter? You guys want to see this? I mean, dude, I'm convinced though, if you come out and say stop child rape and child trafficking, that they get rid of you and cancel you. I don't know. It just seems like
I'm sure that would be an issue too.
But he could. I mean, because like here he is.
Make no mistake. If you don't end this nonsense and start trusting your constituents to take personal responsibility,
He was a great ref too. I can't believe it.
making their own informed decisions, you will not get reelected. There will be a recruit of freedom-loving Republicans that will replace you. Commissioner Delary, I would like to turn my attention to you, sir. You've been a strong advocate for victims of human trafficking through your work with the Lifeboat Project. I commend you for doing so, sir. Continuing this mask mandate only puts vulnerable children at risk of being preyed upon by traffickers and predators. Nonverbal cues are often a first sign for distress in identifying potential victims of human trafficking. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Forcing and normalizing.
I mean, so he's upset because this is the referee. This is one of the reasons why people think he got fired, because he's going down the rabbit hole.
See, from what I've heard is that he got fired for making actual power plays where he would spread lies and start shit on other people to get heat on them in the back to better his chances, and he would try and politic his way around to go ahead and get himself into better positions. People got sick of his shit and eventually caught on, and that's what it turned into.
As a referee?
It said minorities, yeah. As a referee, as backstage, a lot of his roles, he went ahead and apparently intentionally got heat on other people to better his chances.
The other referees.
Another troubling note. It said minorities had issues with the way things were worded by Wirtz, and apparently he almost got physical with Ezra Judge in a situation. Wrestlers of color complained to management multiple times about incidents like that. So apparently anyone of color in the back had issues with Drake already, as he made them feel uncomfortable and
for being white, because he's white.
Because he was acting racist, they're saying.
Oh, what was he?
He was being racist towards black wrestlers, and
what was he saying?
Attempted to fight Ezra Judge, and
did he
in the past 3 weeks, multiple WWE and NXT superstars told me they believe Drake Wirtz was racist and felt uncomfortable around him in the Performance Center. One noted they even felt odd with him reffing closed-door matches at the Performance Center. Fightful says no fewer than 10 wrestlers have told him they don't feel comfortable or safe around Wirtz, and he would loudly criticize wrestlers for getting vaccinated or even getting a routine flu shot. Last but not least, before last year's TakeOver, which happened, Triple H gave a speech to the locker room about inclusivity, where he mentioned being accepting of all religions, and that's when Wirtz's attitude immediately changed. He aggressively gathered his belongings and left.
Okay, wow. Okay, so he's kind of out there.
He's a crazy piece of shit. It seems like racist and set in his ways. So
just very stubborn.
So I don't think it's the
Jesus.
I think the rabbit hole is a.
So you think this isn't like one of those like pigeonhole QAnon? You think really QAnon?
No, I think that does happen at times. I absolutely do.
No, but you think this guy really?
I don't think that this is the case.
You think this guy really might fit? Like this actually could be like a QAnon type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leon Ruff and Leo Rush and damn it, Ezra Judge and several of them had said that he was a piece of shit. He was racist and he caused problems, and it's like
it's hard for me to believe everybody nowadays with all the virtue signaling. That's my only point. But if you're those things you're describing, and he's actually like,
well, these people weren't going to social media to complain and to get. They were going just to management,
right? And
so they weren't trying to get social points or clout out of it. That's why I believe them. It wasn't like they were trying to better themselves or make anything better out of it by what's his name? The Smile.
It sounds like he's
guy.
Just in trouble for voicing his opinions. It sounds like that's what I'm wondering. Is he just in trouble? Is he racist because he voiced his opinion, or is he actually racist? Like that's what I'm wondering.
Seems like he's actually racist and just has some shitty opinions. And he's very outspoken of anyone of color. And he's against, vaccinations and government.
Well, I mean, you can, but again, like I get it though. If you're in work, you want to leave that politics out of it. Like, what I mean? I get it. Like, if you keep walking around screaming that, like, you're getting a vaccine, you idiot. Like, are you wearing a mask?
Yeah. But I mean, that barely is even the issue. That only barely scratches the surface, but I mean the racism shit is what's got to go.
But then he loves kids. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Face coverings only makes it easier for sex workers and predators. Nonverbal cues.
I mean, I've seen a lot of arguments about why to get rid of masks and why not to have masks. This is the first time I've heard we can't let our kids wear masks because they can get abducted easier. This is a first. I hear the rest of this.
Are often a first sign for distress in identifying potential victims of human trafficking. Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Duncachino?
Jesus.
Don't mind if I do. What's my name?
Interrupted.
Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my
chocolate blend.
Next week, Kenny Omega gonna come out to September.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope Kenny Omega doesn't come out to that. Find somebody else for that. Motive TV. What's up, Motive? Thank you, man. Thanks for being here last night during the gaming stream. I don't know. I think Kenny Omega's theme is fire. Never change that. Never change that. Let's continue listening to Psycho.
Well, but
let's see what else QAnon has to say.
And normalizing face coverings only makes it easier for sex traffickers to target kids in our community. Protect Seminole County Children Commissioner Galari. And I would like to close with the 30 seconds that I have by calling for the immediate resignation of Emergency Manager Alan Harris. He is an awful leader. He is not an elected official.
Wow, where is he? What the hell? Everyone's supporting the shit out of that.
Yeah, they have legit proof before he was fired, or else he can come up with a lawsuit.
Is he wearing his NXT shirt? Is that Is that why he's in trouble? Because he's wearing his NXT shirt here?
Or his referee outfit as well. He always represented the company poorly, too, at these things. He either had an NXT or his referee shirt on most times, too. So that puts the company in a bad light. But it wasn't even the issue of him, with those things. So
yeah.
Duncachino?
Definitely stay out of it next time. When you're in the WWE.
Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Where's the proof? Enough of this he said she said crap. Prove it or shut the hell up.
I think they did go, so.
I tend to agree with that, kind of, because it's like, I've heard this shit before, and then it turns out it's not really like a big deal. But what I can say...
Prove... Well, Joey Janela, there's that article from earlier this year. It says Joey Janela shared how alt-right conspiracy theories changed Drake Wirtz. He once was a great person that eventually became somebody that, it basically said, when I talked to him on the phone, he tried to tell me the Proud Boys weren't racist because they were proud patriots, and I had my information manipulated by the left media. This is Joey Janela. I was completely done with him. Probably one of the funniest phone calls I've ever received of all time, though, but also sad because he was one of my favorites to watch ever. And
But wait a minute, back up, because that's not true. Because the Proud Boys started as a joke on a radio station. Then the Proud Boys started assembling to defend people who were being attacked by Antifa, and they weren't even racist.
I'm not arguing the Proud Boys, but the point is, I'm just telling you what you
I'm just saying, like, see, even Joey Janela, you just made up that the Proud Boys were like some racist group. Now they're going extreme. They are now, but they weren't at the beginning. So he may be talking. It's like when someone says BLM, someone's like, BLM's a terrorist group. And it's like, well, there's bad...
Sounds to me like the guy got fired for being a piece of shit, not a Republican, like people trying to label him as. It sounds like he was just a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like to me that, like, it's like...
I don't think it has anything to do with any of his beliefs. I think it has to do with his beliefs turning him into a cocksucker.
It's like you can have your own opinion and stuff and, like, have your own opinion, but just don't tweet out stuff like that when you're wearing your WWE gear. When the WWE tells you in a meeting, this is what we're doing, don't kick the door and run out. Don't give shit to everybody about the protocols, I guess. And it's sort of like 3 strikes. Like, there's a lot of different things going on here that he may be doing. Again, I'm not sure what type of proof, is going on here and what racism happened, according to people. What I'm just worried about that part. Like, was his opinion treated racist, or was he really racist? But either way, he was
people badly, and it led to him getting fired.
He definitely sounds like he's obsessed with the stuff, and he won't leave it at home. Like, don't bring it to work, is what leave it at home.
Seems like he got into this rhetoric and kind of fell down his own rabbit hole and believed his own crazy shit. He went a little too tinfoil hatish and brought it to work with him.
Right. It'd be like if somebody imagine someone else's opinion you don't like, right? Imagine if every day, like, if like he's a white guy, right? Like, imagine if every day there was like a white, I guess like a black guy who every day was ranting in the locker room about oppression and how everyone's racist systematically, and we better do this, that, and the other thing. It's like you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I feel weird. Like, what's going on? Like, and so this guy was the right version of that, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I can understand him pissing everyone off if that's how he was. But I mean, here in this video, it sounds like he's just trying to defend kids, and people are like, oh, he's a psycho. And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe, but he is trying to just look out for kids. I don't know how much you can agree with it. Here's the rest of it.
People of Seminole County, God bless you all. God bless the great free state of Florida.
And I'll be shooting you up tomorrow. He's gonna show up at the performance center, Jake, like that other guy, except this guy's got weapons for real instead of like a bucket of shit.
Fucking smearing it on the walls.
We used to watch him referee NXT takeovers. Now he's taking over the NXT center with a goddamn fucking assault rifle.
It's one thing to clap and everything, and I've asked before not to. I could see that you weren't going to listen to me, so I did. I just I'm not going to cause any scene for either side, but please, Mr. Harris has worked hard for all of us. And whether you agree with him or not, he doesn't deserve that kind of treatment.
Well, this commissioner, for one, is not going to sit here and listen to our staff be attacked. You can agree to disagree with that individual. He's got a job to do to protect 480,000 residents in this community. You may not agree, but show the man some respect.
What was the disrespect, I guess? Well, because people clapped, I guess.
I don't know. So, and one of the interesting things too is, I mean, Ezra Judge got let go as well. So it wasn't like it was, just one side of this. It could have been they let them both go for fighting. Who knows what the story will tell when it all comes back. But they apparently there was a confrontation between the two at one point with them fighting. They
got rid of Ezra Judge too?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean...
Ezra Judge, there was quite a few, 7 people in total let go today, so.
I mean, that's crazy shit. Yeah, maybe they both were talking shit to each other.
Jessamine Duke, I was somewhat surprised to hear, but then again, not. I mean, what has she done besides be on Up, Up, Down, Down? That's it. They haven't used her in forever.
Besides Up, Up, Down, Down, that's funny.
That's the only time I think anything has been of note. They even say it on the website, like, oh, she's part of Up, Up, Down, Down. She's praised for her work on Up, Up, Down, Down. Like, that's it. She hasn't done anything. They haven't used her.
OMT goes, he's in charge, so don't talk bad about him. Okay. That's funny. I mean, listen, the guy may be nuts, but let him be a psycho. Come on. But, yeah, probably had to get him out of WWE before he did something crazy.
Yeah, Wolf went ahead and he's fired, but his contract expires the 15th, so legally he's a free agent on the 16th. So we'll hear a little bit more from him in about a month's time.
Whew.
We'll see what happens, though.
A lot of shit going down at WWE today, man. Holy fucking cleaning out the closet down in NXT.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my
dick
chocolate
friend.
So he was basically fired for not having the right opinion. Die liberals for always bringing up politics. I know it's you, Parker. Stop.
Die liberals. Oh my god. James Mesner, thanks for the $5. Yeah, it was definitely Parker who brought up the politics, but it did pertain to wrestling. You got to give him credit. This guy was a referee in NXT that just got let go. He's a prominent referee too, so it was related to wrestling. So I had
quite the backstage presence as well and was involved in a lot of things.
I'll let him pass on this one. Yep, it had something to do with it.
This has been the funniest thing to listen to Jake describe to Joe how much of a piece of shit arsehole this guy is and how he's a lunatic. But Joe apparently thinks nobody is actually racist and any allegations of that are inherently untrue.
No, actually, I believe in innocent until proven guilty, you fucking savage Marxist fuckhead. So you can go fuck yourself and die, you piece of shit idiot, because I actually look for the good in everybody and try to figure out maybe that's not what it was. I do it with fucking black people too. You stupid cunt fuck. Why don't you go live in fucking Nazi Hitler and round up the Jews, you piece of shit motherfucker? That's what that is. Why don't you go be a Marxist somewhere and just round up people because people said so? You fucking psycho idiot. You're a fuck. You're right. I don't believe a fucking thing until I actually have concrete. Because how many times has somebody been fired or let go for nothing? How many times has it happened? Okay? You stupid fucking moron. I hope your mother gets accused of being a whore and then it's not true and then some guy shows up and fucking destroys her hole until it bleeds. You fucking moron, nincompoop idiot. I hope someday one of your children gets accused of being a racist, and then they string him up on a fucking tree, and they bat him with a fucking bat, you fucking idiot. I hope he's white. You're a fucking stupid idiot. I hope someday if you're a different color, I hope someday your kid gets accused of something he didn't do, and nobody sticks up for him, and people just say, "You're right, they should die." You fucking moron. It's called playing devil's advocate. Jake's bringing up something that wishy-washy that we don't really know 100% about. Jake brings up the fact, Jake talks about it, and I try to fucking play devil's advocate to see what we could come up with. I think we both come to the conclusion that the guy is too much for WWE, and it seems like he is a menace to the company, and I agreed with Jake that the guy probably should have been fired. But do we know exactly what he did exactly? No, we really don't. So you are a stupid fuck who should shoot himself in the face. Get a gun and shoot yourself in the throat, you fucking idiot. Go fuck yourself. Fuck your mother, fuck your family, and fuck your stupid donations that come in every second. About politics, you're a psychopath.
I didn't make anything political. I literally read what the report said and said specifically as it did. You know, it's not my opinion. It's not my. I told you what it was. That's it.
I actually look for facts. Sorry, I look for facts. I look for who said that. What did he say? We don't know those things. We still don't know. What did he say? We don't know.
We're giving you what we got as it comes in.
How do you know that the guy's a fucking racist or some psycho? You still don't know. You don't know still. For all you know, the argument went like this. Oh, I like Trump. Oh, what, because you're a racist? I'm not a racist. How does that make me racist? You're a racist. Oh, blah, blah. Saying that, you don't understand how racism works. I'm not racist, but fuck that. Blah, blah, oh, he said, this guy's fucking racist. And all the people start calling him racist. I mean, is he a racist then? I don't know. I don't think so. But what if he called? What if he was like? What if he was leaning over the fucking locker and said, "Oh, this is what all you people do." What do you mean, you people? This is what all you black people do. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Why would you? You can't fucking say something like that, dude. This fucking guy's racist. Which one of those happened? Do you know? Yeah. You don't know. I don't know either. So I don't just put people in jail for not knowing. I don't just go on the show and say, "That's it, Jake. Yup, good job getting rid of the racist." No, I don't think so. Pacharo, you liberal cunt. Go fuck yourself. You're as crazy as the crazy Republicans. The minute you realize you're as psycho as the stupid right-wing people, you'll realize that you're a fucking tardo, and then you'll fucking get a job at an ice cream truck and diddle kids. You cunt. Go fuck yourself. You're what's wrong with the country. I'm an independent motherfucker because I'm not a sheep like you pussy fuck. Why don't you go vote for Biden again, Parker, you stupid fuck? A guy who for 40 years has fucked your country up, and he's still doing it, and 60 kids are dead, and you don't care about that, though, you stupid fuck. But Trump was the boogeyman, wasn't he? You're a fucking idiot. I can't wait till people are dying in the streets in America, and I'm going to laugh at you. Dick Cheney, why do you think Dick Cheney's daughter is coming out now against Trump? Because she's part of Dick Cheney and the military complex. It's not about right or left. It's about who owns you, you stupid fuck. Duh! Dick Cheney, a war criminal that we all called a war criminal in 2004. Now suddenly he's a hero. What are you all, stupid? Kill yourselves. Kill yourselves. You're all fake as fuck. I voted. Look at my mask. Look at my shot. I'm a good little boy. Fuck you all, you stupid fucks. Well, fuck yourselves. Left or right, it doesn't matter. You're brainwashed to fucking death. You're fucking brainwashed, Parker. You're as brainwashed as the right-wing people, you stupid idiot, and you don't even know it. You're a fuck. I don't agree with James Mesner on a bunch of shit. He's a right-wing guy. He just donated making fun of you. But you think you're fucking smart. You're dumb as fuck. Go look up Dick Cheney and his family. Then go look up everybody. Then go look up Bush and Clinton. And how about Bill Gates? Remember when Bill Gates he's a great guy, and Alex Jones is crazy for saying that he cheats on his wife and he's obsessed with pedophilia and sex with women and crazy stuff. Oh, it's just crazy. Oh, what's happening now to Bill Gates and his wife? What's going on right now? Oh, and what about Epstein before that? Oh, yeah, they're just all crazy tinfoil hats, Parker. You fucking idiot. Go watch fucking MSNBC and fucking finger blast yourself to Rachel Maddow, you idiot, while some other guy watches Tucker Carlson and jerks off. You're all the same people. Shut the fuck up and fucking take your toes and cut them off one by one and feed them to Paul Mooney's fucking goddamn kids, you idiot. Anyway, let's go ahead with the rest of this stuff. For fucking I choke Parker. You voted for fucking Biden, you idiot. Go fuck yourself. Guess what? I didn't vote. You know why? Because I'm not fucking signing off on one of those names. You did it. You fucking moron. You're a fucking idiot. You stupid fuck. Bernie and Trump, not from the military complex.
One of the things I wish they did was open up more about, a go-go, or because they spent so much time focusing on QT Marshall, whatever you want to call him at this point. Then they quickly switched it to a go-go, and he only got 2 weeks to build it. So, he gets the punches in here and there, but he's really got quite the story. I mean, Olympic bronze medalist. He's, I think, almost let me double check it. 78% blind in his left eye. So one bad elbow, knee, anything to his eye, and he knows his career is done. He's like a ticking time bomb, he says. He said it could happen next week. It could happen in 10 years' time. I want to be successful as quickly as possible. You know, I was 11-1 in boxing, and then I was forced to retire due to blindness. You know, they have him registered blind. And he said, while talking to Sport and Life, he said there's many things he can't do in the ring because of his vision, and it's not good. And there's a lot of things he can't do in wrestling either. But what's the alternative? To sit on his sofa and sulk the rest of his life? He says, I refuse to do that. The first thing I ever loved in my entire life was boxing. And the world took that away from me. And I'm not letting this injury take away another chance to be happy and successful. Where's that story? He cut a great promo before, and they put it up on Twitter. We got that. And it's like, wow, this guy cuts a great promo. But they don't let him talk again. You know, let him talk.
Yeah, I don't understand
we got the match tonight. Instead of letting him punch, let him talk.
Let him talk. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Let him talk yet. And he does well with it. I'm telling you, they really could have had something more with it, but that was not a disappointment because you do want to see him get built, but it's like, all right, we know the punches are strong. That's all there really is to it. But the match is short, and then on top of it, the whole referees coming out by the dozen. You have certain fights where no one responds, like the Pinnacle stuff and things like that. Other times you've got 500 referees running out of every orifice possible and every nook and cranny. It just doesn't always add up well. So I wish they were a bit more consistent with that stuff.
And by the way, speaking of something unrelated to wrestling, Jake, again, just want to bring up that D. Welsh, before the Bruins won in double overtime, DM me, double overtime. You nervous yet? Fuck you. Welsh is not to be heard of. He's dead. Was there anything else we missed?
Obviously, Young Bucks match. It's typical heel Young Bucks that's going on lately, and you get the usual heel stuff with the cold spray and the second cold spray and Cutler getting involved and all the crap in between. And it was an okay match. I mean, it was good TV wise, but it wasn't as good as the week before, obviously, with SCU. Nor did it have any right to be. It didn't have that level of intensity to it. But then we have to get all the after stuff with Moxley coming out and Eddie. And thankfully this time it turned into something funny and wasn't everyone getting involved. They just went and stole the Bucks' expensive shoes. And then you see Kingston take it, a little bit further by stealing their socks. And that was funny as well. So he was putting them in his pockets and laughing. And then they wake up afterwards to, pitch a fit. But Double or Nothing is stacking up nicely, and I would give this night probably a 7, maybe even a 7.5 overall. Yeah,
I would give it a 7, maybe a 7.5. I think you're right. I think we might be right to give it a 7.5 because commentary was decent. It wasn't crazy good, but there wasn't like really bad points. So commentary was decent. The flow was really good. The wheels fell off a little bit in the last half hour, 20 minutes, and then it kind of had a funny moment at the very end. So. I think 7.5 makes sense. If that half hour had been more solid, we might have thought about an 8. And if something really fire had happened, I mean, Jesus, who knows what would have happened? But the women's, what was the best match of the night? For me, I liked the women's match the best. That was me.
Yeah,
but it's close.
That really stood out.
Is that the one?
That was one of the other matches too. Serena Deeb and Red Velvet was good. I only wish that they didn't have the immediate picture-in-picture break. One of the donators said that before as well, but I mean, Deeb immediately gets control after the neck breaker, and then they go for picture-in-picture, and it's like by the time you get back to it, you can't see what's going on, and she's basically getting a kick and a 2 count, and it's like, well, what happened in between? Then we get the moonsault, and it starts to pick up the pace more. But
right,
I mean, even the fans were chanting, "This is awesome!"
You become
I loved it.
A shit bomb.
Women killed it.
Is this a wrestling show or monetize this ...
What's up, James Mesner? Well, I mean, listen, Parker always turns everything political. I don't know why he donates political stuff, but tonight he had a point. That was about a referee in the WWE, and people believe that's what he got fired for. So there's, that did have wrestling in it, So his point there was taken. He's a psychopath, but
there's more to it. We don't know yet.
Box
we'll
should
find
come
out
out to
more.
some old typo negative.
Way.
Tommy Young was best ref ever. Joe, 2 questions for you. Number 1, big racist? Hulk Hogan or Luis? Number 2, take over or under on 4 inches for Jade Cargill's clit. Demi Lovato is nuttier.
I would say Hulk Hogan, probably the bigger racist. I don't think Hulk... See, I don't even know if Hulk Hogan's 100% racist. Parker's going to hate this, too. But what I will say is he's definitely the bigger racist. I mean, listen, Luis saying the N-bomb was wrong, but...
I'd say Luis all the way.
But, I mean, maybe it's Luis. I don't know.
The messages he sends to me is horrid.
I think I still can't get over that Hogan called the guy the N-word in private. So it makes me think Hogan's the bigger racist. Because who would scream to their daughter, you better not talk to the N-word, like that makes me think like, ooh. But I mean, I know that Hulk Hogan talks.
He's trying to show off too.
He's trying to show off. He's a shithead.
It's terrible. But
he talks this way about a lot of people behind the closed doors, so it's hard to say. But yeah,
that's what got brought to light.
I'd say Hogan though. Luis, I'll leave Luis alone, Jake. I mean, like let's.
I'm going to say Luis. I mean,
have
Luis,
you seen him in the Clan Road? He is short. So he is Hispanic.
It's still intimidating.
Oh my God.
Can't believe Max Caster did a skit in WWE as Bobby Lashley's sister. What a joke, WWE. He has so much potential on that mic.
Well, they kind of knew it. Vito Irene, what's up, Vito? Thank you for the $10. He was great tonight. I thought that rap was great. His raps are always good, like Jake said. But tonight, I thought that was great. And they work so well as insults for some reason. It works really well. So
because they go personal instead of just sometimes they do the topical things, but tonight adding the Renee line was great. That got the crowd going. And then I really liked the finish again, that kind of like combo DDT move they were doing.
Uh-huh.
It was like almost like the double finisher, but not quite. So it was cool.
Yeah, and I think that his rap got better as it went on. Then, like you said, he hit that last line was fire. And
and he tries to cheat too. Bowens does. He grabs the chain, and then the ref catches him, and then Caster's trying to use the boombox, and they end up catching him and just making him eat shit. So.
And it's good that they're a defined heel team. Like it just like they are the heels. Like that's it.
Yes, because we don't always get that, and that's needed, and that worked out well.
However, they could spin, man. That's a team that if they got a little more. Like, if they were a little more manly-ish, like, like I'm thinking like New Age Outlaws type of thing, they could get over maybe as a face team if that were to eventually down the line. I could see them flipping to a face team. But either way, at least right now, they're definitively a heel team, and that's great. Unlike, like they're more definitively a heel team sometimes it feels like than the Young Bucks. But, how many heel teams we got tagged? I mean, there's a lot of heel teams, a lot of heel tag teams, and a lot of
Duncachino.
Don't
mind if I
do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
How much to Ben Parker? I'm so sick of him. I know it's him under aliases.
Yeah, he donates under a lot of different things. I don't know, man. Let me look up his total for the year, and you can buy him out for like $800. I don't know.
Chris Jericho did actually dislocate his elbow in the fall.
Oh yeah,
off the cage. So he is going to work the Stadium Stampede, but he's supposed to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. So.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, he dislocated his elbow.
Yeah,
I thought you said shoulder, and I was like, "What? He's fucking."
No, his elbow.
Okay. All right. That's
and
still
Kurt Angle
shit.
Did tell Shaq to come.
Is he really racist, or is this just
AEW.
He's a Republican Trump supporter? Trump was labeled racist too. If he's ranting at work, he should have been fired. But if he's just a Republican and people think he's racist for the WTF, cancel culture.
Well, see, Alex,
I would agree.
What Alex just said, and I want Parker to listen to this. This is why you can't go around just calling everybody racist, because then you have people like Alex Oley who now question that. Nobody believes anything. Like, you can't just do that. You have to find definitive proof. I know that's hard to believe. It's not defending everybody against that they're not racist. It's you need to find definitive proof about that before you say that. Does he deserve to be fired? It sounds like it. Does he now? But is he really racist? We don't know that. But you just saying he is. Now that triggers another guy who says, well, I've seen lots of people called that aren't. So I don't believe it. So now you've got a hardcore group of people believing he definitely is, because I've seen a lot of racists, a lot of Trump-supporting racists, and then you've got other people who are like, I've seen a lot of people say that I'm a racist even though I'm not because I like Trump. So now you're battling these two insanities, and that's what's scary that's going on in the country right now. You don't need that. Let me give you two examples of like, well, let me not, because it will go forever, but the bottom line is, it's like the mistakes the presidents make. If I was the president, I would be asking Israel, can we not do this? Can we back down a little bit and relax? Like, we fired back once. Can you guys fucking take it easy? Because they're supporting Biden. They're the biggest backer of Biden. Biden is their biggest backer. They gave him over $3 million. He got the most money from them. Hillary Clinton, number 2. So why is Joe Biden out driving trucks while kids are getting murdered and not saying, hey, stop, the UN wants us to stop, maybe you guys should stop? Because he doesn't want them to stop. He wants them to be happy. Yes, go bomb everybody a lot. Keep doing it. He doesn't care. So I don't like that. As a human being, I don't like that. I know that these two countries people have been fighting forever, but I would still be trying to save everyone's lives now. Like, let's not do this, guys. Come on. I have influence with you. Can you stop? The UN wants you to stop. I want you to stop. We got the point. Like, let's stop killing people. How about we all stop killing people? And if I was Donald Trump, I wouldn't push a bunch of supporters out of the way to go to the church to take a picture with a Bible. Like, so right there, that's two things I believe if I was president, I would do much better than these presidents. That's just me. These people are the presidents. The presidents risk the lives of crowd to take a picture with a Bible, and the other guy is more caring about taking a test drive with a truck than 60 children being killed. I'm sorry. I can't sleep if I'm the president and that's going on. I would just be at the White House all day trying to stop both sides from fighting. Like, or try to talk to my guy. That's just me. You can tell me that's delusional, crazy, you don't get involved. Oh, well, you can't do that, Joe, because they gave you $3 million. I don't care. We've already seen what happens with people who support me sometimes. I'll call it out. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck what you gave me. What the fuck are you doing? But that's me. Like, and I wouldn't stand in front of a fucking church. Oh, well, those people lit the church on fire the night before. No, not those people. That was the night before. These are just people out protesting. You don't know who lit the church on fire, and you still don't risk people's lives. I'm sorry. I don't risk people's lives if I'm the president. Like, but these guys, they all do it in their own way. It's like, I don't know who these people are. They're leading the country. But you're out driving a truck. Hey, Joe, what do you think about, can you just give us one comment about Israel? No. Get out of the way, I'll run you over. I'm just kidding. Look out. Sorry, that's fucking crazy, Callous. That's crazy. You're the goddamn president of the United States. Like, do something. I don't know, man. I think all these people are psychos, and I would run the country better, but I could never be president now with all the crazy shit on here. But whatever. It's fucking, these people are nuts, and they elect these people. Anyway, there you go. There's more. What the fuck is going on tonight?
Bomb! You become a shit bomb.
I'm gonna kill poker.
I'm gonna kill poker?
I think it means Parker, but
oh, Parker. Okay, yeah. I'm like, what? What's wrong with that? A little royal flush. And besides, our buddy Dustin is driving. Won like $10,000 the other night at
playing
blackjack.
Poker, yeah, crazy.
Well,
he was playing 21 at blackjack.
Blackjack. I mean, he killed blackjack the other night, winning $10,000 and donating $200 to the show.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
It's almost Pride Month, yeah.
Only one side is obsessed with race. It's not me.
What's up, James Mesner? I agree with you. You can't ignore you can't ignore it either. You can't ignore racism either, but I know what you're saying. People are a little bit obsessed with it in the wrong way. But there's a lot of people who ignore it all too, and that's why people are freaking out too. So like, I get what you're saying though, because you're right, but there's also a lot of ignoring stuff that's gone on forever, and now you have as people start freaking out. They're not getting heard. Nobody thinks they're heard anymore. That's why everyone's freaking out. I tweeted this out the other day.
Joe,
you're all
are
nuts.
You seriously trying to say that the Proud Boys aren't racist? A prominent tent member named Kyle Champman said the West was built by the white race alone and we owe nothing to any other race. Also, they were at the Charlottesville Nazi rally.
Proud Boys, Parker, that's not what I said. You can put those words in my mouth all you want. You can make up whatever bullshit, dumb, retard thing that you just said all you want. Are you trying to say they're not racist? No. I already told you what I said, and you didn't listen, and you just regurgitated what you just said, which is your typical bullshit, dumb shit. I said, that's not how the Proud Boys started. So when that comment happened from that guy, what were we talking about then? It's just like Black Lives Matter. A lot of people think they're a terrorist organization. But what really it is there's a lot of people doing the BLM stuff that are good, and they're doing the right thing, and they're doing it for a reason to support BLM and Black Lives. But there's a lot of scam artists involved too. There's a lot of provocateurs who are involved too. There's a lot of people who have infiltrated the movement too, who are like doing crazy, crazy things. But does it mean they're all that way? No, it just means there's some part of the group. So when Proud Boys started, it started as a joke on a radio station that had nothing to do with anything white supremacy, nothing like that whatsoever. Did you know that? I don't know if you do. Then they began to have one meeting with like 12 people. And they used to just drink and go out drinking and stuff. Then it became a thing, and they have black members too, by the way. Did you know they have black members in it? And Hispanic members, Parker? So you think the black members are like racist? You know? You think the black members of Proud Boys are racist, or what do you fucking... So the point is, it started out a certain way and then went off the rails and is now filled with tons of franchises all over the place. You ever seen Fight Club? Fight Club is the best example. Fight Club started as two guys having a fight in the street. Then it started as a bunch of guys in a basement beating the shit out of each other to get it off their chests, and it was a great time. Then they started spreading franchises all over the place. Then they started doing operations where they like went out and beat people up randomly, or they started breaking stuff. Now they're criminals. And now they've gone completely out of whack of what they started as. And then you get people shot and dead, and then you get the line of, you were doing this and you got shot. What did you think was going to happen? Antifa, you were dressing up like you were in the army and you got shot. What did you think was going to happen? Proud Boys, you were out there trying to combat Antifa and you had a stabbing. It's like, what did you think? That's what this is, Parker. So what I said was that they didn't start out that way. That's what I said. But your puny mind couldn't hear the words I said, because all you hear is what the news tells you every day, and that's why you say these things. So most of them started as an innocent little group, and then it became an evil fucking a lot. Well, it's still mixed. Some people do the right thing. Some people are evil. You don't know. Same thing with Antifa. There's a lot of people in Antifa who believe the good part of it. Like, we're anti-fascist. That's a good thing. But it's not a good thing when you bash someone in the head with a baseball bat just because they have the wrong hat on. That's actually fascism. Stupid. So you got to understand that all these groups, I hate groups. I hate all groups of everything because they always turn bad. And that's all there is to it. You want me to? How much more do I have to explain to you? This is like how all bad things start. They start as a small idea, and it's not bad, and then it spirals into something terrible. It's crazy. It happens all the time. So it's then you have to like distance yourself away from it. That's why that Gavin McInnes guy left, because he's a comedian, and it started as a comedic thing, as a joke, and then it became like a noble thing, but then it became a bad thing. And now it's even gotten infiltrated by racists and bad people. And so now the Proud Boys are kind of ruined. And now they're filled with like football players who are angry that they couldn't become a cop, or people that are hunters. You know, it's also filled with good people too. And BLM is filled with a lot of good and bad people too. It's just what's happened, dude. I don't know why your brain can't accept that. All you can accept is good or bad. You can't accept the middle ground of what's reality. It's crazy. Anyway, I think I I think I said it all, Jake, tonight. I think Parker has made me want to eat my own shit tonight.
You become a shit bomb.
Explaining this to him is unbelievable.
Telephone receiver, in on mount and him going off on everything.
James Mesner is going to be calling in to monetize this on Saturday night, and he's going to be going off on everything. Well, you better go off on trying to take this belt from me, you know? And by the way, yeah, you're right. Antifa is just an idea, so that's just... Proud Boys are just an idea, man. Just relax. It's okay.
Did you just
Saturday,
donate to Joe?
You try to take
Did
this.
you just donate to Joe?
It's on the line Saturday.
Thank you for the donation. And because you donated, I'm going to fist myself in the bunghole.
NXT and AU both towed for me this week, both 7/10 shows. AU had the solid women's match and NXT had a near match of the year contender for Gargano and Reed. Also Hit Row US already better than the Acclaimed.
Also Hit Row is already better than the Acclaimed. Oh, wow. So Malibu Al is a big fan of Hit Row on NXT, I guess. Even though, I mean, Hit Row's new, though, right? That was wasn't that their debut on NXT?
I believe so.
So I don't think that Hit Row has been out. So he's already like, well, fuck them. Hit Row and NXT is better. Malibu Al, good to hear from you. What's been up, Malibu Al? How are you? Thank you for the $7.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the hospital. The only thing I saw from NXT was that Bronson Reed won the U.S. title, the cage match, and seemed like, it was a pretty good match, but I didn't see the rest of it yet, so. And I don't know if I'll be here for Out of Nowhere tomorrow. I have my brain MRI, friggin' hour and a half drive to get to the hospital. And I have to report at 7:55 at night, and then the scan's not till 8:55 if they get the IV in a time, and then I got to drive back. So hopefully I'll be back, if everything goes right. But I don't know if I won't be back by midnight or not. So
if that's the case, we'll have open phone lines tomorrow. I'll talk about
you know as it happens.
Yeah, Jake will let us know, man, but I'm assuming you're going to be dead from all that. That's crazy.
Hey, what's up, Joe? I have a comment to make on the issue that made Joe blow up. The fact is Joe Cronin couldn't even admit Dave Rose has very racist views. That is proof that you should be skeptical that Joe will ever admit that someone is racist.
Really? I mean, did you listen to the show and were you around when I literally got rid of him? I mean...
Lambasted and destroyed Dave.
Are you, retarded beyond belief? I mean, even the guy that Dave Rose said that to doesn't think Dave is racist, I think, by the way. Did you know that? He's like, he doesn't even think that, I don't think. But I guess you missed it when he was, literally booted off the show. I mean, I don't know. Did you miss the fight I had with him? I mean, part of it was off air, so... You don't even know what you're talking about. Do you not know? The guy hasn't been on the show since, a long time. You realize that, right? I don't know. Kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of bizarre.
Stirring the pot.
I'd like to know who you think is or isn't racist. Why don't you tell me who is or isn't racist? Why don't you tell me? Are we attributing Paul Mooney? So you're telling me, so you like to watch me, though? So you like to watch the show where Joe Cronin doesn't think people are racist? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me? You like to watch the show where Joe Cronin, who's the racist? You like to watch the show? You donate every show. You like to donate to the racist. Is that what you do? You donate to a racist? That's kind of weird, Parker. You're supporting a racist. Thanks. Did you know that? I mean, you're kind of fucking stupid as fuck. I'm wondering how mad you're going to be when I ban your IP from donating. I mean, I don't want to do it, but you're getting more retarded every week. You really are. Did you know that Dave Rose thinks I'm racist to white people? I mean, did you know that? So which one is it? Am I just racist to everybody? Is that what it is? We racist to everybody. Is that what it is? I don't know. I'd like to know which one it is. Because somebody's got to be wrong, right? Could it be everybody? Let me know. You're really dumb. Like, the shit you say is fucking stupid. It doesn't add to anything, and you just come off you make left-wing people sound retarded. You know what I mean? Can we get a good-sounding liberal on the phone, like, or on a donation? Like, you're fucking stupid. You know? Get Leah back over here. She might sound somewhat okay. Christ, brother. You're dumber than a sack of shit. Shit bum!
Just because someone in one group is a white supremacist doesn't mean the rest are. There are crazy people on both sides. Labeling people as certain things is a huge generalization blank area. Stop the bullshit, Parker. This is a wrestling channel. Fuck off.
James Mesner is going to find you, he says in the chat. Alex Oli, thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Appreciate that, brother.
So all in all, solid Dynamite 7.5. Big announcements today. AEW is moving all shows to TBS in 2022.
Woo.
The second show, Rampage, Tony Khan promises will be just as big or, on the level of Dynamite.
We're going to have a big Rampage.
That debuts August 13th this year at 10 p.m. So
I hope it's like a dinosaur theme, like Rampage, like the video game. Khali, thanks for subbing to the channel. What's up?
And I haven't seen exact numbers. According to a few different tweets, TBS is available in 1 million more homes than TNT. So that's a decent
Projus, we coming to get uni.
Oh my God, we're coming for you. What up, Moss Blaze? You must blaze up. Thank you, Moss Blaze. Sorry, Jake. What were you saying?
You can definitely tell Moxley did not appreciate Caster's Renee rhyme. Yeah, no, that didn't go great for him, but
I couldn't tell, man. I can't tell if they worked that so well or like he was like, fuck, like he was like, I don't know, man.
I want that clipped.
I'm a mark.
When he says AEW, as soon as he goes, AEW, and he gets hit, it's the funniest sound he makes. So I love
that. I'm going to go back and watch it. As soon as we end this show, I'm going to watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
Now we know all but one of the Casino Battle Royal entrants. So, whoever is going to be the last one, the number 21, the wild card, the Joker, whatever it is, that's usually the one that wins. Most times, is Hangman Page before, obviously. And so we'll see what happens. And we have Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Hobbs, Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn, Evil Uno, 10, Colt Cabana, Jungle Boy, Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Caster Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Camarado, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, Penta, The Blade, and a mystery entrant.
I don't know which one I'm more excited about.
And Paul White is going to be the commentator for this, I guess.
Notorious says, Joe, first off, just wanted to say your show was good. Donating recently and they don't appear. Notorious, I am going to play your dono. I see it. I got distracted for a second on the other screen. So my bad, man. I think I see it if this is you. So I just wanted to address him because he tweeted me. But I'm going to play it right now. If this is him, I'm not sure if this is yours. Otherwise, I just gave up your your identity, one of them. But here is the donos that did not play yet. We've just been way behind. So probably because I had to go off on a rant about Dingus. So let's just see if this plays here. Hopefully it does. I love toes.
I love toes tip $4. You dumb fucking idiots. Trump is one of the best damn presidents there is. Joe Biden can go eat a fat dick. Biden is the reason for the bombing Sand Coon shit. Fuck Democrats. Vote Trump and Carson 2024.
Oh my God. I love toes. Thanks for the $4. I love you. I love you. I don't know if I could do that. I do think, Ben Carson, like the brain guy? Man, I think he's weird. Smart with brains, but like operating on them, but has a malfunctioning one himself. But that's hilarious. I love toes. Thank you, man. I mean, I'm still a fucking hippie at heart, so it's hard to go that route. But I get what you're saying, brother. I support you. I still love you. I don't care if you're on the left or right. I still love you. I love you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just not going there. I'm a Mr. Independent now. I'm not going to go hardcore one way or the other. Is this going to play?
Oh, thank you for the donation.
Oh, there it goes.
And because you donated,
yeah,
I'm going to fist myself in the bunghole.
$20 is the horse. 22, I think, is the horse. I forget. One of them's the phone booth song. That's my favorite. I Love Toast says, you dumb effing idiots. Trump's the one of the best presidents there is. Joe Biden can eat a dick.
Did you just donate?
Oh, that's
to
the
Joe?
other one.
Did you just?
Okay, this is the one. This is Vito. Vito says, can't believe Max Caster did a shit for WWE as Bobby Lashley's sister. What a joke. What the fuck, WWE? I think he donated that twice because he donated that earlier on the other side. Yeah, sorry it took so long to play your donos, man. I appreciate it, though. But yeah, man, speaking of not being racist, Paul Mooney was a beast. I fucking loved him. Well, you probably clipped that. I love him. He always made me crack up, dude. I just love his timing. I love his comedy. He's like the Norm Macdonald, a different version of Norm Macdonald to me. There's a lot of people that don't seem to love him or like him that much. He was just kind of there. But Paul Mooney is somebody, like, if you told me he was performing, you could tell me a lot of people were performing like up the street. Like, hey, you know who's performing around the corner for $50? It's this guy. And like, there'd be a lot of people I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. That's cool. Anyway, I'm going to go home now. But if you said to me, you know, it's Paul Mooney, I would be like, holy fuck, I'm going. Like, I'm going to go right now. I'm going to have a couple of drinks and I'm going to listen to Paul Mooney talk. I don't give a fuck what he's saying.
Yeah, there's only a few comics as well that I'm...
Yeah, there's like 20. I'd say there's, well, maybe 10. Like 10, 15, or somewhere in there. I don't know. You know, I mean, I would have said that for Bill Cosby maybe back in the day, but maybe not now.
I never liked comedy.
I like him. All I ever liked was Bill Cosby himself. I like that one. That's the legendary one. I don't really, but I loved himself. So if you said Bill Cosby is himself is playing in the theater, I'd go to that, but probably not go to Bill Cosby's stand up. I wouldn't go to Jerry Seinfeld. You know, you'd be like, oh, you know, Jerry Seinfeld's right up the street right now. I'd be like, oh, cool. I'm not going. Like, you know, if you told me, I mean, who'd be yours? Like, it'd be like, or ours. I mean, it'd be like George Carlin for me. Like, I'm
Carlin,
sure Chappelle, Carlin.
Chappelle, I would love to see. Bill Burr,
Chappelle, Carlin, Mooney. I'd go for Norm Macdonald for sure. Louis C.K. I'd probably see too.
I was just going to say Louis was one that I'd still like to really.
Plus, he might fuck a baby, so that could be.
Yeah, it could be interesting. But Big J, Louis J. Gomez, and you know the Skanks guys, I always like them too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. Robin Williams, probably. Robin Williams.
Yeah, if he was still
there's
around.
more. I mean, if Richard Pryor was, Richard Pryor is another one. Bill Eddie Murphy when he was.
I'm trying to think more now, like people that you can actually still
now.
see.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of comics now. Oh, who's the guy from the Ron White? I'd go for Ron White. Who else?
Yeah, Big J, Dan Soder, I love. It was funny because people were shitting on him for being part of the Macho Man documentary, but that was one of the things that he got really famous for, was doing a spot-on perfect Macho Man impression.
Yeah,
that was one of the that he was known for. So people saw him in the documentary, and it's like WWE superfan, and they're like, "What is this guy doing on here?" But it was like he imitated the Macho Man and did voiceovers for him for stuff and all this. You know, it was crazy. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
People missed the boat on that one. Oh, another funny thing I didn't get to mention to you earlier, but Amaranth had her Twitch channel indefinitely suspended for all advertising, so she has no more revenue on her channel for Twitch.
Is she the hot tub girl?
She's one of which, but she's the one that basically could never get suspended.
Right.
She would get away with murder time and time
fucking
and time
up her
again.
animals at home and stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of crap that's happened and all the drama, and now she's on Twitter basically going nuts saying Twitch didn't reach out, and I had to initiate the conversation without any prior warning.
Oh,
All the
she
ad
stopped
revenue
sucking that dick.
disappeared.
She stopped sucking someone's dick over there, huh?
She must have made one of the mods upset, I guess. But
guess what's coming out next in the next year? She exposes all the Twitter geeks.
That's what I was literally going to say. I said, how long until
someone's
starts
going to jail?
Dropping conversations on Twitch now, saying, "Look at how broken this site is."
Wait till someone over there gets Me Too'd in the Twitch.
What's going to happen with? I don't remember his name. He was one of the head mods, and he got heavily scrutinized, and it was an issue for a bit, but it kind of eventually just got swept under the rug. So
they're in trouble over there. Something's going to happen eventually over there at that place.
Yeah, it was a meme for a while, like, oh, Twitch mods, you can get away with murder if you're hot, but it's the truth, and it's been proven.
She'll be fine. Yeah, get on OnlyFans. You'll tear it up.
She's not going to have any issues. She already has a dedicated fan base. The point is, though,
well, now she can really be
she
crazy.
Basically always said, oh, Twitch always does the right thing, and she always stood by Twitch and was very outspoken for them because she was always supported.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's in this hot seat, and how wrong it is. I had to initiate the conversation. How dare they? It's just funny when the tables turn. Schadenfreude indeed. Cheers.
All right, well, everybody, we're out of here. I appreciate all the support tonight. Thank you guys so much for the donations, for hanging out, for watching AEW, hanging out in the chat I had this chat up pretty much right around the beginning of AEW, and you guys were chatting in here during the show. That was fun. That's always fun. Shout out to Ryan Romano and especially Soundwave, who dropped a bunch of 20 spots. They are co-top dogs tonight. So shout out to the top dogs. Sorry, I couldn't help it. And good night to Jake, man. I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you on Facebook, man. Keep it hard.
Baby, stay sexy.
At Countdown Ended on Twitter. If you want to get a hold of Jake, you want to get a hold of him, you want to give him some love, whatever. Help him out, whatever. At Countdown Ended on Twitter for Jake. I'm at JCS Commentary. We really appreciate you guys' support.
Shit bomb!
James Mesner.
You become a shit bomb.
I'm really gonna find him.
Oh my God. Don't find him. He's probably just trolling anyway. That's crazy. Don't do that. But Parker's been a big supporter for a long time. I kind of like Parker a lot. I'm just having some fun with him because he's having fun with me. You know what I mean? I think we're just fucking with each other, and it's funny. I like Parker. Why do you think he's not blocked yet? Right? He'd be blocked, right? If I didn't like him at all. Come on. It's kind of a work. I mean, not really, but kind of. Like, it's one of those things, like, see, that's the thing, like, when, like, I'm not going to block him because I can, we can rant on each other. It's great. I'm going to leave you with that Paul Mooney joke again because I love it, man. Rest in peace to Paul Mooney. Fucking loved this guy. I think he's hilarious. That's just me. We'll see you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Out of Nowhere live. And if Jake isn't here, I will do a open phone lines type of show. So be here for that.
It was get drunk and run his mouth. What Bush did anything he wanted to do. Let's keep it real. He did whatever he wanted to do, and nobody said nothing. And if you said something about him, you got in trouble. It was Master Bush, okay? Talk more shit than Jesse Jackson. And when you can out-talk Jesse, you can talk. And trust me, Bush can out-talk him. I can't find Bin Laden. I can't find him. That's because you are Bin Laden. Weapons of mass destruction. I know they have them, I'm sure. Yeah, you and your daddy, because you got the receipt. And what was that vice president's name? Cheney. Anytime you get a Dick and a Bush together, somebody gonna get screwed. Two things. Trust me when I tell you this. The children, they know, and the wild animals know, and both of them are trying to tell us. They try to tell us every day. You just have to listen. You just have to listen. Yes. Listen to a child back there. Yes. But I mean that from my heart. Remember that. Two things. A 6-year-old girl walked into her bedroom, her mother's bedroom, with her 7-year-old friend. Mama was giving daddy head like Linda Lovelace. She looked at her friend and said, "Would you believe she beat my ass for sucking my thumb?" Listen to the children.